staff has not been part of that doom and gloom. The pitching staff is second best on Cape Cod over the last 7 days when you look at the earned run average metric, but the strikeouts still a little bit low. On the other side, the hitting strikeouts need to improve. And this top four, this batting order, is going to be charged with getting the party started in the first couple innings here.
Especially the new guys in Braden Jeffries, Carter White, A.J. Putty. They have been around the last week or so, kind of taking over that middle part of the lineup. So let's take a look at the Doors lineup. Leading off, it's Austin Maley. Behind him, Braden Jeffries, Carter White in the 3-hole. A.J. Putty bats cleanup at first base. Ben Slaker bats 5th. Fabio Peralta in the 6th spot. Drew Turpin's the newest Commodore in the 7th spot. Dallas Brooks and Pearson Reebok are your final two in the Commodores lineup, and Austin Maley steps up to the plate from the right side, facing the pitcher, Christian Lucarelli. Very gloomy day at Doran Park. Lucarelli sets and throws. It's fouled back by Maley, and it's 0-1.
Our umpires today, Jeff Kinney behind the plate, Glenn Stewart at first base, Will Bowers at third. The smog from the Canada wildfires, the sun is nowhere to be seen.
It's outside and low. Check swing by Maley, but he did not offer, so it's 1-1. Lucarelli on the mound, the right-handed pitcher, spent his freshman season at Virginia and had a 2.41 ERA in 18 appearances. 1-1 is in there on the inside part to Maley, and it's 1-2.
So for Maley, who has kind of came back to earth after such a pristine start to his Cape summer, back to earth for him means just pure productivity.
Lined out into left field, it drops over the head of the shortstop in Schaff, and that's a base hit for Austin Maley with no on. They're now 1 on with Maley. No outs still in the top of the first.
Well, if you're looking for productivity, that's a swing that is really smooth. Maley not trying to do too much with that ball. A little bit off the end of the bat, but pokes it into left field for an easy single to start things off.
So Braden Jeffries comes up from the left side with Maley on first. No outs in the top of the first. Lucarelli sets himself. Now throws. It's a half swing by Jeffries. He went around, though, on a low pitch, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, the strikeouts for Jeffries have taken a jump over the last couple of games. He had one on Sunday against Brewster, but in that continued game, he struck out 4 times against Wareham on Friday and Monday.
0-1 is in the dirt and nicely stopped by Andrew Costello behind the plate. We talk about him offensively, but defensively, Costello making his impact known there.
He is incredible defensively. He really is.
Offensively, he leads Cape Cod in average. 1-1 count to Jeffries. Lucarelli deals. It's flied out into left field. The left fielder, Bolton, races back and makes the play on the run. Maley goes back to first, and there's 1 down in the top of the first.
Well, that's a good swing. He put it the other way. If Jeffries pulls that ball, I think it has a chance to get out of here, and neither of these teams have homered in quite some time. But getting good wood on the ball is all that Falmouth can ask for in the opening stages of this one.
Brings up Carter White from the left side. He has been hot to start his season with the Doors. Lucarelli deals. And it's inside, and it's ball 1. 1-0 to White. And you mentioned the home runs. Falmouth has not hit a home run since July 3rd. Bourne has not hit a home run since June 29th. The 2 fewest home runs on Cape Cod between the 2 teams. The check back to first. It is not in time on Maley.
Falmouth started out at a pretty solid pace when it comes to hitting the ball out of the yard. But, yeah, it just has been a little while since either of these teams found the long ball.
Carter White looking for his first of the season. 1-0 in there for strike one. And it's 1-1 to White. But in White's 6 games so far this season, he has a .440 average. And in the last week, hitting .409, which is the 3rd best on the Cape. Throw back to first, the check on Maley, not in time.
Maley, as a leadoff guy, you would expect he's a middle infielder. Usually those sorts of guys have a lot of speed, but he's only attempted to steal 1 base this summer, which might surprise some other teams that face him.
1-1 count. The pitch is fouled back by White. The only players with a higher average than White in that span is Wareham's Henry DeGiorgio, who Falmouth faced on Monday, and Catuit's Aiden Nagayo, who Falmouth faces on Friday. So 1-2 count to White in the top of the first. 0-0 score, Maley on first. Lucarelli sets himself and throws inside on an off-speed pitch, and it's 2-2.
And White is an excellent worker at the plate. He just works himself deep into counts. You rarely see him go down on just 3 or 4 pitches. It's one of his many strengths as a hitter.
Lucarelli throws back to first yet again. That's his 3rd check on Maley. A reminder that on Cape Cod there are no limits for how many times you can throw over to first base, or any base of that matter. 2-2 count to White. Lucarelli sets himself and deals. It's grounded very softly to the first baseman Overbeek. He decides to just tap first. He nearly threw it over to second, but realized Maley was too far ahead of him. There's 2 down in the top of the first, 0-0 score.
Yeah, and I think the right call that time by Josiah Overbeek. Good job to take a look at it, but just didn't see what he liked, and it was a slow roller anyway. So Putty will be tasked with trying to bring in this run from second base. Anything into the outfield that isn't straight to one of these 3 outfielders should do the job just fine.
Putty is making his 6th game as a Commodore today. Joined the team about a week ago. He stands in from the right side. First pitch is a strike. It's 0-1 to Putty. This is a guy you feel really good about being up in this situation. He has 3 RBIs in 5 games. And with Illinois this past season, he had 52 RBIs. That was as a freshman with the Illini. The 0-1 is a half swing just past home plate. He misses, so it's 0-2 to Putty.
Now he has to work his way back into this, Putty. Falmouth stranded some guys on last night, but not as many as nights before. 11 on Sunday against Brewster in a game they tied.
Putty searching for his 4th RBI of the season. Lucarelli deals. It's fouled straight backwards, going over our heads.
That's the closest that we've gotten to getting a ball to this side.
It's right around us.
I think here is the closest we're going to get to getting a ball to one of our broadcast tables.
It seems unlikely. I will
unlikely,
say that.
But the spin, I don't know.
You never know.
You don't really know for sure.
Nevertheless, an 0-2 count to Putty. Doors trying to get on the board soon. He cuts and misses, goes down swinging. The Doors go down with a runner on second in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first on Cape League TV. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at the Baldwin Group. For over 100 years, Rogers Gray has helped protect Cape Cod families and businesses. Now as the Baldwin Group, they're the same home team with a new name on the jersey. From your first car to your dream home to your business venture, the Baldwin Group brings expanded resources as your insurance partner in protecting the possible with the same local service you trust. The Baldwin Group is proud to give its support as the official insurance partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit baldwin.com/RogersGray to learn more. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
We welcome you back to Doran Park. Timmy Weiss alongside Andrew Hillsman, Farrell Hudson also with us as our sideline reporter today. And the Doors not able to capitalize on a chance in the top of the first. Austin Maley got to second, but A.J. Putty strikes out to end the inning. And to start off the bottom of the first, Kenyon Collins on the mound for the Doors. And he faces off against Rustin Rigdon to start the day. Cut and missed on by Rigdon. The rest of the lineup for the Braves is Andrew Costello, Blake Schaff, Luke Costello, Berkeley Mabius, Josiah Overbeek, Austin Hawk, Matt Bolton, and Elliot Medlock. Cut on and missed by Rigdon, and it's 0-2.
Collins has just gotten better and better as the year has gone on, Timmy. He has just impressed so much in that last start. Probably earned him an all-star nod.
It's low, so it's 1-2 to Rigdon. Rigdon, the rising junior at Vanderbilt, hitting .244 with no home runs this season. High from Collins. He is dealing quick. That's one thing he likes to do on the mound, really keep his tempo up. 2-2 count. Collins, gloves to his face, and deals. It's outside. 3 straight balls after 2 straight strikes, and it's a full count on Rigdon.
Yeah, you mentioned his appearance on the mound. He likes to work quickly. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. He said, I'm not the tallest guy, so I got to do something to help myself look a little more intimidating.
It's grounded on the full count, right at Maley at second. Goes over to first. It's in time, and there's one down in the bottom of the first. No score.
Well, the last time these two teams met here, Timmy, at Doran Park, a thriller. It was a 3-3 tie in the first week of the season, and the scary part is that really doesn't feel all that long ago.
Back on June 19th,
that
these
is correct,
two teams played. Pretty amazing, yeah, the first week of the Cape Cod Baseball League season. This is Falmouth's last trip to Doran Park as well. The Braves still have one more at the Gov. First pitch to Andrew Costello is low in the dirt and stopped by the catcher, Dallas Brooks.
But you remember that just how different the lineups looked back for Falmouth.
High pitch and actually hits Costello. So Bourne gets their first base runner of the game as Costello takes first base. One down, and Blake Schaff comes up to the plate.
Free passes are going to be something that Falmouth needs to limit. They did a really good job of it yesterday, but the offense just didn't get itself into gear yesterday. Only 2 walks allowed by Falmouth pitching yesterday. No hit batsmen either.
And that has been something the Doors have struggled with at times. Controlling the zone, the pitching staff, the second most walks on Cape Cod this season. Only Katuitt has more. First pitch to Schaff is outside. 1-0. Schaff has been the hottest hitter on the Cape over the last 2 weeks, hitting .375 over that span. 1-0 is high, and it's 2-0 to Schaff.
What an odd atmosphere this is for a ball game. It just feels so mellowed out with the smoke in the sky from the wildfires up in Canada. Sky's almost orange and yellow.
2-0 is low, and it's 3-0 to Schaff. It really is weird. We looked at the sun, which was behind us, and if we look back right now,
Keyword was,
we
Timmy.
actually can't see the sun.
Yeah, it is gone. We don't know where it went.
The sun does not set till past 8. It's outside, just caught the outside part of the plate, and it's 3-1 to Schaff. Schaff, a rising senior at Wake Forest. Costello is also at Wake Forest, and Luke Costello, the on-deck batter, is at Wake Forest. He pops it out in the middle part of the infield. Maley at second is over to his right and makes the play. 2 down. And still a runner on first, and Luke Costello comes up to the plate, no score.
Yeah, and Timmy, you heard, or at least we heard immediately when that ball was popped up, somebody in the infield said, "Talk," trying to avoid what happened on Monday night. A killer error that led to 2 Wareham runs scoring, just a collision between third and shortstop. Communication in the infield on those pop-ups, so crucial.
First pitch to Costello is high, and it's 1-0. And really the only runs that Falmouth has allowed the last 2 days are off of that error and then a sac bunt against Hyannis yesterday that ended up scoring 2 runs. It's inside, and it's 2-0 on Costello. But the runner gets to third on that sac bunt after a errant throw by Adam Urban past the first baseman.
Right.
And then there's no outs, runner on third, and a ground ball gets him in. Those are the 3 runs that Hyannis scored yesterday. That was it.
Could have been one of those 1-0 games.
2-0 is inside, and it's 3-0.
It could have just been one of those low-scoring contests yesterday, and not a lot of hits either, only 7 base hits combined. Falmouth had 5, couldn't muster a run.
Falmouth pitching allowed its fewest hits this season with 2. They lost the game 3-0. 3-0 is low to Costello, and it's a walk, and there's runners on first and second, 2 down.
The DH from Oregon,
No score in the bottom of the first.
Mabius.
It's got to be careful not to let it spiral here if you're Falmouth. And Collins just needs the 1 out to get out of it. You'd be a little more worried if there was nobody gone, but he's in a good spot here still, despite this long first inning.
Berkeley Mabius from the left side has the chance to take the lead. Falmouth had a runner on second and couldn't capitalize. Now it's Bourne's chance. First pitch is in there for strike 1.
And Collins is just still getting settled, trying to find the zone.
In Collins' last outing against Hyannis, he had 1 walk. That was last Thursday. That was in 6 innings. 0-1 is inside. And it's 1-1 to Mabius. Mabius making his 6th game as a Bravo. Pitch is high and outside, and it's 2-1.
And these aren't big misses for Kenyon either. These are just right around the zone, not getting the calls. Maybe sometimes he would, but he's close to the zone.
Last time against Falmouth, Mabius didn't have a hit till the 9th. Pitch is in there for strike 2. 2-2 count. Collins has him on the ropes in the bottom of the first. 0-0 game. Runners at first and second. Costello at first, and his brother, Andrew Costello, at second. The 2-2 is cut on and missed. Collins gets out of it. A big-time strikeout, and Falmouth avoids a jam in the bottom of the first. We head to the second with the Doors and Braves tied at 0 on Cape League TV.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country.
On behalf of the Cape Cod Baseball League, we would like to thank the following league partners for their continued support. 99 Restaurants, Cape Air, Jersey Mike's, Margaritaville Resort Cape Cod, Viola North America, Highline Cruises, Cape Space, Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism, Bridgewater State University, Franklin Sports, Wilson Sporting Goods, the Yawkey Foundation, the Baldwin Group, Badger Sports, Falmouth Publishing Company, Butler Sporting Goods, Cape Destinations, Sunderland Printing, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support. Well, we welcome you back in the top of the second. It's a 0-0 game at Doran Park. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you. And both teams got a runner to second in the first. Could not capitalize. So the first batter to bat for Falmouth this inning is Ben Slanker from the left side, facing the right-hander, Christian Lucarelli still. First pitch, cut straight backwards by Slanker, and it's 0-1.
Through that first inning, I think Falmouth understands now that Christian Lucarelli is a guy that's going to fill up the zone. He only threw 4 balls in that first inning. So if they get their pitches to hit, there's a chance for good things to happen.
0-1 to Slanker, inside, and it's 1-1. And this is two pitching staffs that have done a really nice job recently. Over the last week, the two best ERAs on the Cape. 1-1 pitch to Slanker is low. Falmouth at a 2.2 ERA in the last week, and Bourne with a 2.14.
And it's just a matter of sustaining it. That is what has to happen for Falmouth. The bats are going to come around eventually.
2-1 to Slanker is inside, and it's 3-1.
Wonder if it's going to be hard to track pop-ups today with this sky. It's sort of baseball colored, a little darker, a little bit more beige in it.
3-1 is low to Slanker, and he takes his base. Falmouth has its first base runner on in the top of the second. No outs, 0-0 game.
And a big welcome back to Fabio Peralta. Not that anything happened to him, but we've just missed seeing him play baseball. Fabio's such an electric guy to watch. And he's back in center today after a couple of well-deserved days off.
Certainly. Good to see him back out there.
Patrols, he's one of the best center fielders defensively on the Cape.
And technically speaking, he did play in the Wareham game,
Yep.
but not on Monday.
Correct.
He played on Friday. That game was suspended and resumed on Monday. 0-0. First pitch is low, and it's 1-0 to Peralta. That game Monday, Falmouth lost 5-2 to Wareham. And the Commodores have not won since Saturday when they beat the Bourne Braves at Gov Fuller Field. 1-0 is a check swing by Peralta. He offered.
Third base umpire Will Bauer said he didn't.
Rather, he didn't. It certainly looked like from
I
our
thought
angle
he did as well. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, 2-0.
Call goes, I guess. Peralta's going
Certainly.
to take it.
The Commodores and Peralta will take it. Lucarelli stands on the mound. Slanker on first. Pitch is cut backwards by Peralta.
Not the kindest backstop to baseballs here. It's just pure brick wall back here. And it's a relatively long backstop as well, but that brick wall might help the ball kick back towards the center of play if you get one of those wild pitches back to the backstop today.
2-1 count to Peralta. Lucarelli sets and deals. Fouled backwards towards the left now.
Like even trying to see the ball off the bat on a foul tip and a foul pop-up, I'm struggling to see where it's going. It's taken
And you
me-
have glasses,
I
too.
do, yep. And, you know, I won't tout myself as a good outfielder. I never was.
Certainly a tough task for all these players today. 2-2 count to Peralta. The pitch is low. It's a full count to Peralta. No outs. 0-0 game in the top of the second. Slanker on first. He has 1 stolen base this season. Not a big threat. Drew Turpin's on deck for the Commodores. Lucarelli deals. It's in the dirt and scooped by the catcher Costello. So Peralta takes his base and 2 straight walks to start the top of the second for the Doors.
Honestly, Andrew Costello deserves a lot of praise for picking that ball. That was a 56-foot fastball that Costello just snagged. And now 2 on, nobody gone. This is prime time for Drew Turpins to put a good swing into this one. He looked good. He had a really solid single in the 5th yesterday, down in the 9 slot, so he gets himself up to the 7 slot today.
Turpins was 1 of 5 Doors with a hit yesterday. He goes for the bunt. It's a good one down the left field side. It's a throw onto first by Hawk. He gets him at first. But both runners advance. A very successful sacrifice bunt by Drew Turpin.
Perfect. That is exactly where that needs to go, because hit it to the left side, the third baseman has to come in. So Slanker's able to take third base easy. Peralta with well enough speed to get to second base, and Turpins knows he's going to get out. That's why it doesn't count against the batting average. That's a great sacrifice.
So the infield is in for Bourne with 1 down. Runners at second and third. Dallas Brooks at the plate from the left-hand side. Lucarelli deals. It's inside. 1-0 to Brooks.
Brooks's 5 runs batted in all came in his first set of games with the Commodores. It's quieted down a little bit.
Has not had an RBI since July 3rd. Pitches inside, and it's 2-0 to Brooks. That game, he actually had 2 RBIs, and the Commodores scored 14, their most this season.
Remember, walked off the Wareham game as well. However many days ago that would have been.
2-0 is cut backwards and goes into the catcher.
It sounded
Costello.
like it was the wrist or lower.
We can't quite
I
tell
couldn't
where
really
it
tell,
hit.
but I'm sure Dallas Brooks feels Andrew Costello's pain there. They're both catchers. They know the pain of the position.
That's certainly true.
Ouch.
Costello is still down. Athletic trainer for Bourne is out there.
I think my guess is that, I'm not sure if it was either the wrist or, you couldn't really tell based on where it, or how it sounded.
He's kind of lying down just behind home plate right now, trying to shake it off.
The 3rd straight game involving the Falmouth Commodores, or at least the 3rd straight day that has involved an injury timeout.
It's quite weird.
It is bizarre. But the good thing is Costello's back on his feet. Looks like he's going to be able to stay in the game, which is great news for Bourne.
Back on his feet, and the Commodores still with a huge opportunity. Peralta on second and Slanker on third. There's just 1 down for Dallas Brooks. Costello's mask is back on. Jeff Kinney puts his mask on behind home plate. He walks over behind Costello right now. And Dallas Brooks steps back into the batter's box with a 2-1 count, 1 out on Lucarelli. Kinney says play. Lucarelli puts the ball in his glove, stares down home plate and throws. Off-speed pitch, just inside. It's 3-1 to Brooks. On deck is Pearson Reebok, the 9-hitter for the Commodores today. Lucarelli trying to avoid a third walk of this inning. The 3-1 is flied high down the third base line. Hawk, he runs to his right and grabs it. That one hung up perfectly for him. There's 2 down. The runners do not advance because it was just behind the third base bag.
This is a big spot in this game for Reebok to come up in. He's hitting 172, only 4 runs batted in on the year. But at this point, Reebok just has to find decent contact, hope it is able to sneak through.
Commodores 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position already today. Trying to not let this one slip out of their hands. First pitch to Reebok, a looping curveball, high, 1-0.
Timmy, you see here, Austin Hawk, the third baseman for Bourne, is playing right on the grass because he knows that Reebok could turn to bunt this, and Reebok has the speed to hit his way on via a bunt.
10 stolen bases on the season. That's one behind Fabio Peralta with 11. The pitch is low, and it's 1-0 to Reebok.
And Reebok doesn't have to do it here himself. If he can work his way on with a walk, then Austin Maley is up, and, well, he's one of the better contact hitters on this team with double-digit RBI.
The pitch is flied high down the third base line. A similar spot to the last one. Ranged over by Hawk. He makes the play. The Commodores can't capitalize yet again. They go down with runners in scoring position. It's 0-0. We head to the bottom of the second, but before we do that, let's take a look at Netting Pros. Stadionic is the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros. Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Welcome back to Doran Park, and the Doors and the Bravos tied at 0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Josiah Overbeek, the 6-hitter for the Braves, leads off this inning. Kenyon Collins still on the mound for the Doors. The right-hander throws his first pitch. It's cut on and missed by Overbeek.
So first pitch change up that time for Collins, who struggled to find the zone a little bit in that first inning, but worked his way out of it. Pair of free passes for him, only stranded 1 in scoring position.
Collins deals. It's cut on and missed by Overbeek again. You know, Overbeek was barely in the box by the time Collins pitched that one. Amazing the pace. Overbeek's almost rushing himself to get ready this time.
Seems like it.
0-2. Collins throws outside. 1-2.
So you double up on the changeups to start. I couldn't tell whether that was a fastball or a changeup on the outside part, but a classic waste pitch.
1-2 count to Overbeek. Collins throws. In there for strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Collins has his second strikeout of the day. There's 1 down in the bottom of the second, no score.
And home plate umpire Jeff Kinney already hearing it a little bit from the Braves manager Scott Landers over there. And the rest of the Bourne bullpen, they all thought that pitch was low.
First strikeout looking of today is second. Collins deals to Hawk. It's inside, 1-0. Austin Hawk made both of those catches just next to third base to end the top of the first for the Doors. 1-0 is low, and it's 2-0. Hawk is the oldest player on the Braves, going into his grad year at Wake Forest. One of many Wake Forest players on the Braves. 2-0 is cut on and missed.
Classic high fastball that Hawk got a piece of, but just the smallest bit. And look at Collins already ready to go before the batter even gets set himself.
Hawk barely has his bat behind him. The pitch is high and inside. It's 3-1. Collins having a phenomenal season with the Doors. The only pitcher to be a Cape League All-Star on the Commodores. 3-1 is flied straight up. Dallas Brooks, a catcher, is calling for it. Now it's Braden Jeffries at third. He makes the play. There's 2 down in the bottom of the second. Falmouth made the right calls that time.
Yes, and you heard, or at least we could hear here. We could hear from our spot that the Falmouth infield was vocalizing who's got it, and Jeffries came in a little a little later. Dallas Brooks made the exact right play to step out of the way of his infielder who had a better look at it.
Now Matt Bolton with 2 outs comes up from the left side. Collins deals low. It's 1-0. Bourne still without a hit today, but has drone a walk and also a hit by pitch back in the first. 1-0. It ends up hitting off of the foot of Matt Bolton. So the second hit batsman by Kenyon Collins in the second.
And that sounded like it was the part of the shoe that has a lot of protection on it. If that hits a soft part of the shoe, that could really do some damage to your foot. So Bolton will take his base. And Kenyon Collins is looking at his right foot, trying to get the dirt out of his cleat. I wonder if he's struggling to find his plant foot or find his drive foot and find grip there on the mound. His cleats are just not giving him the grip and control he needs out there.
Well, certainly with 1 walk in 6 innings against Hyannis, it is weird to see him losing the zone a little bit to start today. Still very early on. Throw back to first to check on Bolton. Not in time. Elliot Medlock is up from the left side. A rising junior at righter. He's 0 for 2 on the Cape this summer. Another throw back to first.
Collins has a good pickoff move for a right-hander. Saw Cason Murphy successfully pick a guy off last night.
Collins deals. It's outside to Brooks. Collins, a rising junior at Marshall. He's the only Commodore from West Virginia, from Ona, West Virginia. The 1-0 is outside. 2-0.
I think Collins is still trying to get a good plant with his left foot. It doesn't seem like the dirt on the mound is really cooperating with him all that much.
In his 72 innings at Marshall this past spring, just 30 walks. Throw back to first. Not in time. 0-0 game in the bottom of the second. 2 down. The pitch is flied, drifting foul down the right field line, and it's out of play.
I had no idea where that ball was going off the bat.
That one was very hard to see.
I've
had a good eye on everything up until that.
Now the sky is almost exactly baseball colored. It's a weird weather day.
Collins has taken
is-
his glove
yeah,
off,
he's
and
getting something
he is
to-
getting something to dust off the
yeah.
dirt off of his shoe.
There's so much mud that's caked up in his right foot. I don't know what it was. No idea what he pulled out of his back pocket.
Right, it is weird because Lucarelli hasn't had any problem with it so far, at least that we think.
Right. Definitely going to keep an eye out for it, though.
2-1 count. It is fouled back by Medlock. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Collins has had a runner on in both innings. Got out of the jam with runners on first and second in the first. It's Bolton on first after he hit him just a batter ago. Throw back to first to check on Bolton, not in time.
And Bolton with good speed. If I remember correctly, he stole a lot of bases with the Newport goals last year in the NECBL.
Has 2 this summer with the Braves. 2-2 is an off-speed pitch in the dirt picked by Brooks. Full count coming up to Elliot Medlock.
Stole 10 bases, only caught 3 times last summer.
The on-deck hitter, Rustin Rigdon, has 12 this summer, 3rd on Cape Cod. The 3-2, and the runner goes. It's flied out very far into center field. Peralta races back, and that ball is gone. The first Bourne home run since June 29th, and that ball was absolutely crushed by Elliot Medlock, dead center. And it's 2-0 Bourne over Falmouth in the bottom of the second.
Ball came off the bat pretty hot. Again, I couldn't really catch it, couldn't really figure out where it was, but with a reaction of Fabio Peralta to turn straight around and start running for the fence tells you all you need to know there. That was a really good swing from Medlock. And the Braves out to an early lead.
It is 395 feet to dead center, and that ball was basically right next to that sign. We don't know the distance on it, but it was crushed. First pitch to Rigdon, outside, and it's 1-0. Collins deals. It's outside and 2-0. Trying to find his groove again. And the weird thing, that was hit right after Collins was trying to adjust the dirt on his shoe. 2-0 to Medlock to Rigdon is low. Now 3-0. That home run hit by Medlock.
I still don't think Collins is able to get a good plant. I don't know if it's something with his shoe or what, or the mound, but it doesn't look comfortable.
3-0 is outside. Rigdon takes his base, and Collins is having a little bit of trouble out there right now
Yeah,
with 2 down.
He's going back to trying to get the mud out of his right foot.
And he's a very intense, energized guy out there. So when you see something bothering him, it certainly has to be pretty evident. Brings up Andrew Costello, who has the highest average on Cape Cod. First pitch in there for strike 1. Bourne now has 7 home runs on the season. That's 1 behind Falmouth, but it's still the fewest on the Cape. Throw over to first, not in time.
It's still Yarmouth Dennis and I believe Brewster, or no, Hyannis leading the way with home runs on the Cape.
Collins throws an off-speed pitch just inside. It's 1-1 to Costello.
It's a good spot. Maybe just a hair inside that time.
Costello, 1 of 2 hit batsmen today. The other one, Matt Bolton, who just scored off of Elliot Medlock's 2-run shot. Caught on and missed. Just off the bat, actually, but it was caught by Brooks. It's a 1-2 count. Collins trying to keep it a 2-0 game. Bourne over Falmouth in the bottom of the second. He sets himself, throws, runner's going. It's flied out into right field. Right center, Reebok ranges to his right and is under it for the catch. Falmouth gets out of the bottom of the second, but not without a huge home run by Elliot Medlock to make it 2-0. Braves over Falmouth. We head to the third on Cape League TV.
To dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
Back at Doran Park, the Doors down 2-0 to the Braves after a big shot by Elliot Medlock. 2-run home run to make it 2-0. Timmy Weiss alongside Andrew Hilsman. And to lead off this inning for the Doors, it's the top of the lineup, Austin Maley. He was able to get a single back in the first inning. Ended up getting over to second base, but the Doors couldn't score him. It's still the right-hander, Christian Lucarelli, on the mound for the Braves.
Yeah, and you'd rather have that happen early, I think, than a late swing to put this game out of reach. It's by no means out of reach, but that ball off the bat of Medlock, yeah, it was crushed, but, I mean, the wind gave it a lot of help, too. The wind blowing straight away out to dead center on this evening.
First pitch to Maley is foul tipped back into the catcher's mitt. 0-1 count. And we were just talking to our producer, Landon Stills. He saw Elliot Medlock back in the Alaskan League last year and said he hit a ball that was through the goalpost of a football field that was about 415 away with a wood bat. It's fouled back by Maley, 0-2. You could certainly see that same power on that swing by Medlock. 395 to the center field sign out there. Lucarelli throws. It's high to Maley, and 1-2 now. Maley has the only Commodores hit today. That was the first batter of the game. The 1-2 is a half swing and gets him swinging. There's one down in the top of the third. Braves up 3-0 over the Commodores.
Jeffries will step on up.
Number 6, Braden Jeffers.
Good ball. His last time up. Out to left field. Maybe just a little late on it. But again, anything up into the wind has a chance to get out here. A hitter-friendly ballpark, at least down in left and right. And the wind's blowing straight away out.
First pitch to Jeffries is low, and it's 1-0. The Doors have just 2 strikeouts today. They lead Cape Cod in strikeouts, though. That's been a problem all season long. 255 this season It's lined out over the shortstop head, and it drops into left field for a base hit from Jeffries.
Does the exact same thing he did in the first inning. Worked the ball the other way. He's a left-handed hitter, puts it into left field. The first time, back in the first inning, it went straight to Matt Bolton out there. That time, ripped hard, but dropped in front of him for an easy base hit.
So Falmouth has had a base runner reach in every inning today, but still searching for its first run. Carter White is up at the plate. First pitch is low, and it's 1-0.
It genuinely feels to me like we're playing baseball in some post-apocalyptic world.
I guess you could say that.
Just with the
certainly feels
murky
very
sky. Yeah,
eerie.
it's weird.
The 1-0 is low. It's 2-0 to White. I certainly have never been a part of a baseball game where
like
it
this.
looks like this.
Yeah.
And we're not sure where you're tuning in from. You could be on the Cape. You could be down south where this is not happening at all.
I hope you're not up north where you need to stay inside.
The 2-0 is fouled back by White. White certainly couldn't go to the beach today.
No,
No
not
sun.
a healthy beach day today.
But it could be much worse if you were up in Canada. Grateful for that. 2-1 coming up to White with one down. Commodores down 2-0 in the top of the third. Lucarelli deals. It's fouled backwards by White.
He might have just spun off of it that time.
White grounded out to first back in the first inning. Rising redshirt junior at Mississippi State. He just transferred over from North Florida after a great season there. 2-2 is flied straight upwards. The pitcher, Lucarelli, is in there to make the play. He had to range a long way off the pitcher's mound. Got all the way just to the right of home plate to make that play.
And somehow got to it. I still am baffled at how difficult it is to see these pop-ups. It might just be our angle looking through the net. Might be a little easier out there with an open viewpoint, but still, it's pretty significant to me.
There's two down, and it brings up A.J. Putty. Jeffries still on first. Throw back to first to check on Jeffries, not in time. Jeffries does not have a stolen base on the season in his 11 games as a Commodore. First pitch to Putty is fouled back, and it's 0-1. Putty put up a phenomenal freshman season at Illinois. He had the most hits by an Illini freshman since 2017, and the most home runs by an Illini freshman since 2009. Man, would that be a good time right now for the Doors for their first one since July 3rd. The 0-1 is outside from Lucarelli, and it's 1-1.
You feel like White and Putty, White after that pop-out, moves to 0-for-2. Hasn't been able to hit the ball hard today, but you feel like both of those guys are just due for a big swing.
Putty, the only other Commodore to strike out today. The pitch is cut on and missed. But beyond the power numbers, a great average hitter as well. He had the second highest average with Illinois, just 7 points behind the team leader, Cole Crafton. Jeffries on first, two down, 1-2 count to Putty. Lucarelli sets and throws. It's low. And 2-2 to Putty. Commodores trying to fight back, down 2-0 in the top of the third. The pitch inside to Putty, and the count runs full.
I think Lucarelli might look at another breaking ball in the inside half here. Located it really well, got a foul tip for the second strike of this at-bat. Wouldn't be shocked if they go back there here, Timmy.
We've already seen 2 walks from the Commodores today. They both came in the second, and that was to lead off the inning. Doors did not score. Full count to Putty. The pitch is low, and Putty takes his base. There's the third walk of the day. And the Commodores have first and second with Ben Slanker, 2 down.
Well, at this point, though, for Falmouth, in the second inning, you had runners at second and third with just one gone, weren't able to get anything going. Here you've got first and second with 2 outs. But one big swing again for Slanker, who, again, another guy who's due, participating in the home run derby, has a lot of natural power from the left side. Would love to see one get hit hard here.
One of 3 Commodores with 2 home runs this season. First pitch is in there for strike 1. No one has 3. And 2 of the 6 players with the Doors that have hit a home run are no longer on the roster. Ryder Woodson, Jimmy Nugent. The 0-1 is in the dirt. It gets past the catcher. Jeffries is down to third, and Putty is down to second. The Commodores have second and third with 2 down. A 1-1 count to Slanker.
Well, Timmy, I mentioned earlier about the brick backstop not being very kind to runners. That ball kicked almost all the way back to Andrew Costello, but he would have had to turn and fire it. Nobody was really expecting, none of his infielders expecting to receive a throw there, so everybody moves up a spot.
Weird thing about some ballparks on Cape Cod, you never know what you're going to see. 1-1 to Ben Slanker. Lucarelli deals. It's fouled backwards.
That was a big swing from Slanker that time.
Falmouth had second and third just an inning ago with 1 out and could not score. Slanker was the one on third base. Now he has his turn to drive in the runners. The 1-2 is low in the dirt. Jeffries takes off for home base, and he's in there to score. The Commodores, after 2 pass balls, score their first run of the game, and it's 2-1, Bourne over Falmouth in the top of the third.
I was a little interested, or a little surprised, rather, that they called that first one a pass ball. Now, I would not be surprised if this one is the same way, but no, this one gets ruled as a wild pitch.
And that one tough in the dirt.
That one in the dirt, yeah.
For Costello.
Falmouth will take the run, though.
Putty moves up to third on that. 2-2 count to Slanker. The pitch is fouled back. It actually goes off the wall right in front of us. We were certainly protected, though.
Think about 2-foot brick wall between us and the playing surface.
And a big net.
Yes. Very tall net.
2-2 count to Slanker. Falmouth within 1 run in the top of the third. It's dealt, and inside the count runs full to Slanker.
Well, just continuing this inning is the best thing Falmouth can do. It doesn't have to be a big swing here, but just making Lucarelli face another hitter. A couple of pitches have gone awry in this inning already, and a walk.
Slanker, 1 of 3 Doors with a walk today. Full count. It's low, and Slanker becomes the 4th walk of the day and his 2nd walk of the day. Runners are at first and third for Fabio Peralta with 2 down.
And now we are going to see a mound visit here. Doesn't look like anybody is ready to come into the game for Bourne, but this just a defensive, maybe a little time-wasting tactic to let their guy get ready. Looks like a right-hander's warming up in the Bourne bullpen out there in left field. Can't exactly get a number on who that might be.
It's a little bit murky
it is,
outside.
Yep, but also it's kind of right at the level of the fence is where the jersey number is. We're at ground level here, so we'll just have to wait. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a guy like Jackson Kircher, though, who is going to be an all-star. He has been just stellar, has not allowed an earned run through 11 2/3 innings.
The chance at hand, though, for Fabio Peralta with 2 down, and the runners at the corners. Lucarelli still on the mound, tries to get out of a jam. Sets and throws. It's grounded very softly at the first baseman. Overbeek, he taps first base, and Bourne gets out of the inning, allowing just 1 run. Falmouth down 2-1 to Bourne. We head to the bottom of the 3rd on Cape League TV.
To dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
Welcome back to Commodores Baseball as Falmouth trails 2-1 here at Doran Park in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Farrell Hudson down on the sidelines with you, and Kenyon Collins has been rightfully deserving of his All-Star honors this year. The lone Commodore pitcher to be an All-Star, and he's really showed out. 7 strikeouts, 4 left on base in his last 4 starts combined. A 1-0 win-loss record, 17 strikeouts in 16 innings. What's been even more impressive are the 17 left on base. He got into a few self-inflicted wounds there in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So far, he's stranded 3 on base today, and he's gave the Commodores some excellent length. Totally well-deserving. Tim, back.
Well, thank you so much, Farrell. It's a 2-1 game. Braves over Falmouth. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Kenyon Collins still on the mound. His first pitch is outside to Blake Schaff. Now, Collins had not given up a home run this season until that shot by Elliot Medlock. The 1-0 is outside, and it's 2-0.
Best thing here for Kenny would just be a good, efficient inning. Has not really had one of those at all today.
Certainly efficient pace on the mound. 2-0's in the dirt.
He's still unable to plant consistently out there on the bump. I don't know what it is. Can't tell. It does look like the dirt's a little soft there, but I'm just going to watch his plant foot on these pitches here just to see if I can figure it out.
The 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1.
Yeah, it looks like his right foot. I'll have to look at it again a couple of times here, but it looks like his right foot is just wobbling a little bit once it gets into the ground.
The pitch is outside, so Blake Schaff takes his base.
Rather, his left foot, I should say. Got my sides mixed up there.
That's the 3rd walk of the game that Kenyon Collins has issued. He's also hit 2 batsmen. That walk is our free pass of the game presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. Collins throws back to first to check on Schaff. The home plate umpire, Jeff Kinney, issues a quick stoppage. Not sure exactly what that was about.
I think it's just for eye contact. You got to establish eye contact between the pitcher and batter before you can begin your windup.
Collins' first pitch to Luke Costello is outside. Costello was one of the 3 walks for the Braves today. 2-1 game in the bottom of the third. The 1-0 from Collins, inside on Costello. Costello is really putting up a phenomenal season with the Braves. He has 10 doubles, which is 4 more than any player on the Cape. His brother Andrew is tied for second on the Cape with 6. Check back to first base.
The thing with Collins here is just when that left leg gets into the ground after he comes home, if it slips, that throws off the whole motion.
2-0 is flied very high towards the shortstop in Turpins. He's over and makes the play, barely had to move. And there's one down in the bottom of the third.
Berkeley Mabius got, he struck out last time. There was a call that he didn't really like that was low his last time up. But Schaff, a good base stealer. I would not be surprised if he tries to test Dallas Brooks here.
One down, Berkeley Mabius, the left-handed batter. Collins throws back to first to check on Schaff.
Collins just doing whatever he can to keep Schaff attached to that base. You don't want to let him get that lead too far out, and he's trying to stretch it as best he can here.
Schaff with 8 stolen bases this season, the second most on the Braves. It's a dribbler over to Jeffries, has to get it over to first quick. He does. 2 down in the bottom of the third, but Schaff does advance to second with 2 down.
Braden Jeffries makes that play look really, really easy, and to me it is not. That is a spinning ball that Jeffries gets to in a heartbeat. And the speed at which he gets rid of the ball is top end as well. He is such a smooth fielder. So fun to watch.
It really was a slow dribbler, almost like a swinging bunt. Josiah Overbeek, the new batter from the left side. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Some Bourne fans displeased with that call.
Collins trying to leave Schaff at second with no runs. It's fouled back by Overbeek. The 2 runs for Bourne came last inning from Elliott Medlock on a 2-run shot. But Josiah Overbeek, a guy that has a lot of power. 17 home runs with Army this past spring. More than double any other player on his team. The 0-2 is low. 1-2 here to Overbeek. Overbeek struck out looking in the second. One of 2 strikeouts today by Collins. The 1-2, a looping curveball that is inside. The count's 2-2.
Collins has not used his curveball as much as he did in his last start in that gem of a day against Hyannis back at the Gov. I wonder if it's because of his footing issue. He's still trying to work through.
2-2 count, 2 down. The pitch is cut on and missed. He gets Overbeek swinging. That's the second strikeout he's got on him. So Falmouth and Bourne stay a 2-1 game. Bourne over Falmouth. We head to the 4th on Cape League TV.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Into the fourth at Doran Park. Timmy Weiss alongside Andrew Hilsman. The kids are all behind us playing a game of hat toss.
Is that what that's going on here?
Yeah,
Is that
it's quite exciting.
Interns are just tossing hats at these kids that are surrounding them. I think there's some kids that already have one. I think Farrell Hudson found a hat.
He did.
He's got a hat over his headset. That's a great photo that Matt Campbell just took of him. That's pretty
Quite
tremendous.
impressive. Maybe they'll toss one over to us.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. We'll see if we can get one later on.
So the new pitcher in for Bourne is Dallin Harrison out of Rutgers. And he's going to make his second appearance. He's only thrown an inning for Bourne, only 9 pitches, and allowed 1 hit in that time. So the Rutgers Scarlet Knight will step on up. Looks like he's got a really live fastball, from what I can tell from his warm-ups.
The shortstop, number 2, Drew.
So the day is done for Christian Lucarelli. He ends up going 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. First batter for the Commodores this inning, Drew Turpins, in his second game as a Commodore. Had a sac bunt his first time up. That was a really good one. Harrison throws in there for strike 1 on Turpins. And it's cool seeing Turpins here because he plays with head coach Jack Dahm with Mount Mercy. He's a rising junior there. He also played with Dahm with the Clinton Lumber Kings. Cuts and misses, and it's 0-2. And he's really dominated in both spots, but especially with the Clinton Lumber Kings. He had 364, which was the best average on the team. It's outside. That is of any hitter with more than 100 plate appearances with the Lumber Kings. It's a 1-2 count, 2 Turpins. Harrison deals outside, and it's 2-2.
Turpins has impressed me just in his ability to work at bats and just get the job done through his first couple of plate appearances.
The 2-2 is chopped down the third base line. It's just foul. It probably hit the chalk for a second there.
It did, and then it bounced foul.
Smartly picked up,
although
by Austin Hawk.
That might have made it over the bag in fair territory.
It was close.
It was really close. It was on the chalk and then kicked left. But he could have came in and played it earlier instead of just letting it go foul. And Turpins didn't run.
So it's a 2-2 count. It's dealt with, and now it's right down the third base line. It's fair this time. The throw over to first by Hawk in time. What a play, just behind the third base bag in pretty much the exact same spot as the pitch before.
Yeah, good throw that time from Austin Hawk. Again, a third baseman making a play look a lot easier than it actually is. Stayed ready, stayed in his spot, and put a good throw on, and got a little bit of help from Josiah Overbeek, who made a good pick in the dirt.
With 1 down in the top of the 4th, no score, Dallas Brooks steps up, and he hits this one hard into right field, going back to the wall. It's over the right fielder Costello's head. Brooks is into second on a ground rule double. That ball was hit on a line by Dallas Brooks.
There we go, Dallas. Good rip right there. That was a very hard hit ball, and the wall is pretty short out there here at Doran Park. Initially had a thought that it might have gone out, but stopped a little short, bounced over Luke Costello's head over there and over the wall. He'll take the 2-bagger every day of the week.
Right, it's hard to hit it over these guys' heads nowadays, especially in a smaller ballpark like Doran Park. One down. It's cut on and missed by Pearson Reebok, the 9-hitter.
So Dolan Harrison just has to reset, and he grooved Brooks a fastball right there. And he got the game-tying run at second with only one gone.
That's Brooks' second double this season. 0-1 is cut on and missed by Reebok. It's also the first Doors extra base hit in the last 3 games.
They've sorely needed him.
The last one was against Bourne on Saturday by Braden Jeffries. Carter White also had one in that game. The 0-2 is chopped right up the middle. The shortstop Schaff is over on the run to first in time. 2 down, but Brooks gets to third. 2-1, Bourne over Falmouth in the top of the 4th.
Big spot coming up here for Austin Maley as well, much like it was in the third inning. Or there almost was in the second inning, but Pearson Reebok popped out. Maley has shown the ability to bring runners home. He's second on the Commodores in runs batted in with 10. So if he can do it here, this game's all tied up.
2 down to Maley. First pitch is low, blocked by the catcher, Costello. We've already seen a wild pitch with a runner on third, and that was how the Commodores scored their 1 run today.
Yeah, they kind of got gifted at a pass ball, allowed Jeffries to move to third, and then the wild pitch, he was able to get home.
1-0 to Maley. Pitch is high by his face.
Looking
He
like
jumped
Neo
back.
out of the Matrix there with the backwards lean all
Some
the way
limbo.
down. Yeah, that was really impressive flexibility. I'm not going to lie to you. That was pretty cool.
Not sure where he learned that one.
No, maybe you just did it out of necessity at that point.
The 2-0 is popped down the first base side, right at the first baseman, Josiah Oberbeek. He's under it to make the play. And that will end the top of the 4th for the Doors. A runner stranded on third. We head to the bottom of the 4th on Cape League TV.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financing journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
We welcome you back to Bourne, Massachusetts. Falmouth taking on the Bourne Braves, and the Braves are up 2-1. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you. Farrell Hudson, our sideline reporter, as well. Kenyon Collins is back out there for his 4th inning of this one. 61 pitches so far. That was actually the same exact mark that we saw Christian Lucarelli for the Braves get pulled at.
Collins has been able to work through. They had a much better 3rd inning after walking the first batter he faced.
First pitch to Austin Hawk is fouled up behind our heads, off of a roof behind us. Oh, 0-1 to Hawk. Collins is already ready to fire. And here he does. Off-speed pitch. It's grounded off of his foot, I believe.
Yep. And the home plate umpire, Jeff Kinney, didn't spot it, but third base umpire, Will Brooks, was right there on the call and avoided any confusion. That's tough for a home plate umpire to see.
Oh, 2 count for Kenyon Collins. He has 3 strikeouts today. His last out, a strikeout against Josiah Overbeek. The pitch, a check swing, and he got him. Don't know if he offered or not, but he called strike 3 nevertheless. So the second straight strikeout for Collins, and it's 2-1 with 1 down in the bottom of the 4th.
I think he went anyway. I don't know if it would have mattered, but Jeff Kinney saw it was right there and made the call.
Brings up Matt Bolton. First pitch is lined right at the second baseman. Maley goes off the glove. A tough play. It bounced right before him. So that one I expect will be marked a single.
Hey, that was ripped pretty hard. Honestly, I could see it going either way because Maley just kind of stood off to the side of it. And maybe it just took a weird spin hop, but
The second baseman, number
I don't know. It could go either way. I think that's going to be a base hit.
We'll keep you posted.
That ball was ripped too. So
and that pick's really tough.
It is.
Certainly for Maley. There's 1 down.
Yeah, it's a single.
Elliot Medlock, the guy that hit the 2-run shot, is up at the plate. Throw back to first to check on Bolton. Not in time.
I think some of Elliot Medlock's family is here. They got some front row seats over there. Heard something about that over the PA system earlier. I've already got to see him go yard once today.
First pitch is flied out into right field. Reebok, it drops before him. So that's a single for Medlock. 2 hits on the day. And the Bourne crowd erupts as well.
The center fielder, number 23, Rustin
2-1
Rigdon,
game.
top of the order.
Commodores down to the Braves. And 1 down.
Well, a good job by Medlock to, again, worked it the other way that time. Didn't barrel it up as well as maybe you wanted to, but he dropped it right in front of Reebok for the base hit.
Leadoff hitter Rustin Rigdon stands in. First pitch, ball. It's inside.
Trying to look over in the Falmouth bullpen who might be ready. I saw somebody throwing earlier, but no motion yet from Paul Evans, the pitching coach, or manager Jack Dahm.
The 1-0 is inside again. 2-0 to Rigdon. Rigdon 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to the second baseman in the first. And drew a walk back in the third. 1 of 3 for the Braves today. 2-0 count. Collins throws. It's grounded right at the first baseman. Putty on to second for 1. Back to first. It's not in time. Rigdon just beat it out. But the runner in Bolton at second advances to third. 2 down, though, in the bottom of the 4th.
I like the decision-making to try and get that out at second, and Putty did a good job, made sure to make an accurate throw. If that ball sails in the outfield, that's a run that scores, maybe 2. Now you got runners at the corners, 2 gone. It's a manageable situation, especially if the ball's kept on the ground here, but a really good hitter to deal with in Andrew Costello.
Costello, 9 RBIs on the season. First pitch is fouled down the right field line, going out of play. It's 0-1. That's 9 RBIs on 26 hits. You would expect more.
Yep.
His brother, Luke Costello, leads the Braves with 16 RBIs. The runner at first in Rigdon decided to take off for second as it's fouled back by Costello.
And I wouldn't be shocked to see him go again as well. Center fielder, he's got great speed, 12 stolen bags on the year. And there's probably not going to be a throw from Dallas Brooks, if it does come in. And if he does decide to go. But 0-2 here could go either way.
0-2 count to Costello. Collins steps off the mound for a second. Resets himself, takes off his hat, puts it back on now. A big moment in this one. One-run game with 2 down. The 0-2 coming up from Collins. Fires. It's fouled backwards by Costello. Staying alive.
Just have to be careful. If you're going to miss with the fastball, miss high. Because that's what happens if Costello makes contact with it, but he misses high. Spins it off foul. If that's missed in the center of the zone, it's probably a home run. If it's missed on the bottom of the zone, it's a scorched ground ball that has a chance to get through.
Costello has 2 bombs on the season. The 0-2 is fouled right down into the dirt.
Dallas Brooks made the pick. Less keen eyes might have said, hey, that's a foul tip into the mitt, but it definitely hit the dirt first.
Costello is one of 2 Bourne players with 2 home runs, the other Mark Quattroni. The 0-2 is lined into center field for a base hit. Here comes Bolton to score. It's an RBI single for Andrew Costello, his 10th RBI of the summer. And it's 3-1 Bourne over Falmouth in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, Costello sitting fastball there and does a good job of just putting it right back up the middle. And Jack Dahm walks out and is going to make the call to the bullpen to end the day for Kenny Collins.
It appears that is it for Kenyon Collins. Had moments of brilliance, but just couldn't quite find the same groove that he's had this season with the Doors. Still a Cape League All-Star, though, and a guy that will hopefully get the chance to pitch in Harwich on Saturday. But we'll take a quick step aside for a second. Bourne up 3-1, and damage not done yet in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back on Cape League TV.
On behalf of the Cape Cod Baseball League, we would like to thank the following league partners for their continued support: 99 Restaurants, Badger Sports, the Baldwin Group, Bluebird Dennisport, Bridgewater State University, Cape Destinations. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support. On behalf of the Cape Cod Baseball League, we would like to thank the following league partners for their continued support: Cape Space, Cape Cod 5, Cisco Brewers, Cape Cod Healthcare, Hampton Inn, Franklin Sports, Highline Cruises, Jersey Mike's. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
With the day done for Kenyon Collins, it's a new pitcher for the Commodores, and Jack Durso steps out onto the mound, a guy that we've seen plenty of times this summer.
Yeah, he sort of exercised his demons at Brewster on Sunday. His first appearance of the year was one to forget. He gave up that grand slam that brought the game to within 1, but that was game 2 of the season. Fast forward to Sunday, through an inning and 2/3, a really solid baseball. 28 pitches, 15 strikes. Went an inning, 2/3, 2 hits, a run, a walk, 2 strikeouts. He's strung together some pretty solid outings as we've gotten into July here.
So the day is done for Kenyon Collins, and his final line today: 3 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and the 1 home run that was allowed to Elliot Medlock, which is really the biggest moment of this game so far. It was a low-scoring affair. Teams couldn't quite capitalize, really, up until that point.
And the good thing for Falmouth, especially if they can strand 2 runners on here, is that it is a 2-run game. You're back right to where you were before the 3rd inning. So it's not the end of the world as long as it doesn't snowball.
The good news is there's 2 outs. The bad news, there's runners on first and second for the hottest hitter on Cape Cod, Blake Schaff, over the last 15 days rather. Durso's first pitch is fouled back by Schaff.
Gotta be careful.
Durso, a rising sophomore at Miami. He's been very solid with the Commodores since that first appearance at Brewster you just mentioned. Throws back to second to check on the runner. Costello on first and Rigdon on second. Schaff at the plate. Rigdon's toying with him. The 0-1 comes, and it's grounded just right of the first base bag where Putty was.
So Schaff showing a willingness to swing. Got a good pitch his first time up, fouled it back, and then a slow dribbler, maybe not as good of contact that time, but it tells Durso that he's willing to be aggressive as the first hitter Durso faces out of the bullpen.
2 down, 2 strikes on Schaff. Durso, the left-handed pitcher for the Doors. He throws. Rigdon is gone towards third. It was a double steal, and it's cut foul down that first base line.
I could tell there Schaff was sitting fastball, and he planted his right foot and was very late to turn into his swing because he saw the off-speed pitch from Jack Durso. Was able to make contact with it.
It stays at 0-2. Durso has to keep an eye on the runners. They were gone on that pitch. He throws towards home. It's low on a fastball. Braves up 3-1 over the Doors. Already have scored a run this inning. That was an RBI single by Andrew Costello. The 1-2 is fouled into the leg of Schaff.
Put together a great at-bat. That's effective, too. Durso using at least 6 pitches now to retire the first batter he faces.
Durso sets himself on the mound. The 1-2 count coming up. And he throws. It's flied out into left field. Plenty of time for White. He grabs it, and the Doors get out of the bottom of the 4th, allowing just 1 run. Bourne up 3-1 over Falmouth. We head to the 5th on Cape League TV.
Check-in wait time.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
We are back at Doran Park, and the Doors bats are trying to get going as we enter into the 5th inning. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you. And really, the problem so far for the Doors is runners in scoring position haven't been able to get the big hits. 0 for 6 right now with runners in scoring position.
Well, the thing is that yesterday, Falmouth wasn't even getting to this point. So I guess if there's a silver lining, it's that, all right, they're getting the guys on, they're getting some base hits. He got 3 today, had 5 yesterday, but just didn't really have any effectiveness when it came to continuing innings. And Jack Dom was saying in your postgame interview, you talked to me, was saying they just seemed a little frustrated in the dugout. Seems like it's a little better today at the plate.
Right, there were no extra base hits yesterday or the 2 games before that for the Doors. But already one today. Dallas Brooks had one in the 4th. First pitch to Jeffries is fouled back. It's still the right-handed pitcher, Dallin Harrison, for the Braves. In his first inning, he allowed 1 hit. That was the double to Dallas Brooks. But nothing came of it. The 0-1 is flied out into left center field. A far-ranging ball, and it goes off the wall. Jeffries is into second standing up, and it's a leadoff double for the Commodores, down 3-1 in the top of the 5th.
I love that swing from Braden Jeffries. I've talked about how much I love his approach at the plate. He has gone opposite field on every single ball he's put in play today, and I think it's a conscious decision. It seems like it, but a guy who can hit to all fields and he puts it into the left center gap, bangs the fences, and gets himself a double. That's a huge swing.
His 3rd double in his 12th game as a Commodore, and he's already 3rd on the Doors in doubles this season. Brings up Carter White, who's had a pair of doubles as well as a Commodore. First pitch is low, and it's 1-0. His 2 doubles, though, have come in 6 games. Jeffries on second, the pitch. In there for strike 1. It's 1-1. White has 7 RBIs in 6 games. Trying to make it a 1-run game right now with a base hit. The 1-1 inside, and it's 2-1. He's had a hit in every game as a Commodore. Still looking for his first today. Grounded out to short and popped out to the pitcher. The 2-1 is crushed down the right field line. Foul. That was socked on a line.
Yeah, that, good thing it didn't get to the Falmouth dugout. It might have. I think it just missed him over there.
White way out in front of that one, but it was hit really hard. Just needs to bring it a couple of notches over to fair territory. That's got extra base hit written all over it. Jeffries on second, no outs. The 2-2 is low. White stays alive and the count runs full.
Just trying to force something to happen here. Get Jeffries over to third if you can.
The full count. Here's the pitch. It's cut on and missed. White goes down swinging, and there's 1 down. Jeffries is still on second base. A.J. Putty comes up to the plate.
The first baseman, number 28.
That's
AJ
just a really good, really well-executed pitch from Dallin Harrison there. Went with an outside slider to an opposite-handed hitter, and it worked. Had him well out in front. I think White was sitting fastball there.
1 down for Putty at the right side. Harrison looks off the runner, and Putty swings and fouls it backwards on the first pitch.
To me, that seemed like it was a well-timed swing, Timmy, but maybe just a hair underneath it for Putty.
Putty's still looking for that first extra base hit this season. The 0-1 is fouled down the left field side, off of the cage in front of the Bourne Bat Boys. Putty had an RBI in his first 3 games as a Commodore, but none in his last 2. Oh, 2, the pitch is outside, and it's 1-2. Putty struck out back in the first and reached on a walk in the third. Got all the way down to third, but couldn't score. Harrison sets himself on the mound and deals. It's off the bat of Putty. A very small check swing right inside on him. Putty, who was top 20 in the Big Ten in RBIs this season, tries to do it. It's outside and low. 2-2 to Putty, staying alive. A good at-bat being put up.
He's drawn a walk. Ben Slanker, who's on deck, has drawn 2. Freshman still looking for his breakout here on the Cape.
Harrison deals to home plate, and it's outside. Full count to A.J. Putty. The door is down 3-1 in the top of the 5th.
I think you're still in protect mode here, though, for Putty. You don't get a perfect pitch, try and lay off of it or foul it back.
3-2 count. The pitch is cut on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts by Dallin Harrison, and there's 2 down after Jeffries doubled to start the inning.
So now you get a lefty back up in Slanker. With 2 huge strikeouts. Jeffries ripped that double into the gap and now in danger again of leaving a guy in scoring position. It's already happened 4 times today for Falmouth.
Slanker, who's been a part of this Doors team all season long. 23 games as a Commodore. The pitch is outside. 1-0 to Ben Slanker. Had 46 RBIs with Louisville this past spring. Is second on the Doors with 9 RBIs. The 1-0 outside. 2-0 to Slanker. Jeffries on second. 2 down and a 2-0 count to Slanker. Harrison deals. It's fouled backwards into the catcher. Costello's gotten hit by a couple.
He's gotten his money's worth back there. Had a changeup that Slanker just leaned off of and got a piece of. Anything through the gap, Jeffries should be able to score. Especially if he gets past the infielder or past the outfielders, maybe into the corner.
Commodores are 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position today. Slanker tries to be the first knock. It's grounded down the left field line, foul.
This would be killer for Falmouth if Bourne ends this inning 3 straight strikeouts out of the hand of Dallin Harrison.
2-2 count with 2 down. Doors down 3-1. Harrison looks off Jeffries at second and throws in the dirt, picked by Costello. We've already seen Jeffries advance from that exact position on second base over to third and then over to home to score.
That was the only run thus far, though, for Falmouth. Sort of gifted to him.
Another full count for the Doors. Ben Slanker at the plate. Here's the pitch. It's grounded at the second baseman, Medlock. Underhand toss to first in time, and that will do it for the Commodores in the 5th. Falmouth has another runner in scoring position, but just can't get anything going. It's 3-1, Bourne over Falmouth. Andrew Hillsman has you the rest of the way on Cape League TV.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
This bottom of the 5th inning presented by Milton Cat, who's proud to power the Cape all summer long. It has been Bourne's day thus far, but it's even in the hit column. Falmouth has just not been able to get those runners home, but Jack Durso steps on out for a second inning of work. He got the last out in the 4th. Andrew Hillsman here alongside Timmy Weiss. Timmy, what needs to change for Falmouth at the plate to get back in this game?
Well, it's quite simple. You got to get hits with runners in scoring position. They're 0 for 9 right now, and that simply isn't going to get the job done. If you have 2 hits in that situation so far today, this could be a 3-3 ball game. But not the case, and it's 3-1, Bourne over Falmouth.
So Durso steps on up to the left-handed side, or the left-hander steps up on the left side of the mound. He fires in a first pitch slider for a strike to Luke Costello, one of the dynamic duo, one part of the dynamic Costello brothers duo that has pretty much taken over the Cape this year. No balls, 1 strike. The lefty out of Miami comes home. His 0-1 is a bouncing ball to the right side. Maley has some trouble with it, has to throw quickly, and it's in time to A.J. Putty. Maley knocked it down, and there's 1 out in the 5th.
And good to see Maley collect himself and not panic on a play like that, because he had the one earlier that came to him that was hit really hard, and he just couldn't quite scoop it up, but that time he knows that he had a lot of time. He could just collect himself.
Durso ready once more. He's going to face Berkeley Mabius. 0 for 2 today, a ground out and a strikeout. Check swing on a slider, but it's called a strike by home plate umpire Jeff Kinney. Mabius 3 for 19 on the year out of the University of Oregon. Durso off the third base side of the rubber, kicks his right leg and fires. A slider misses outside. It's 1-1. Jack Durso is a guy that started out with a little bit of a rocky first appearance, but has settled in and kept a positive attitude. He's a guy who just loves to have fun. If you scroll through the Commodores social media, TikTok and Instagram, you're sure to find him. This 1-1 catches the zone. Berkeley Mabius doesn't agree with it. It's on the inside corner, called a strike.
You're talking about the king of social media right there, Jack Durso. I think he's the leader.
Social media star.
On and off the field star.
Absolutely. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Durso's pitch is downstairs in the dirt, missed with a changeup. But you kind of go through what our tremendous social media team has done. It seems like front and center Jack Durso is right there, and it seems like he maybe has a future in making those videos if he wants to. Here's his 2-2 in the dirt again. Count runs full. With 1 gone, Falmouth trails by 2. It's 3-1 Bourne.
Could be a good side gig,
yeah,
possibly.
Right, yeah. Whatever he wants to do in his professional life. Getting his education at the University of Miami in Florida. Here's his 3-2. Misses. No, rather, that's called strike 3. No vocalization that time from Jeff Kinney, but down the pipe, froze him on a slider. 2 gone in the 5th.
The DH, Correction, the first baseman, number 41.
And Durso has been ultra smooth so far through a couple of batters, trying to get a quick inning for the Commodores, which hasn't been easy to come by so far today.
A lefty-lefty matchup with Josiah Overbeek, the first baseman, to the plate. Forwards K and a backwards K on his day. He takes a slider for a strike on the outside corner. The ball's 1 strike to Josiah Overbeek. Durso comes home. That ball hardly even got to the dirt before it hit the ground. So a little short on that one. We noticed earlier that Falmouth starter Kenyon Collins was struggling with his traction with his cleats there on the mound. Durso hasn't shown the same troubles thus far. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Goes with the slider, called a strike. Relying on the breaking ball in this 5th frame. Falmouth again trails by 2. It's a 3-1 ball game. The last time Commodores are going to visit Doran Park this year. 4 hits for both sides. Bourne leads by 2. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Durso goes 1-2-3 in the 5th. We head to inning number 6 with Peralta, Turpins, and Brooks up for the Commodores. You're listening to Falmouth Baseball on Cape League TV.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Dolan Harrison remains in the game for the Bourne Braves, who, as a squad, have pitched pretty well today. Christian Lucarelli started the day for Bourne. He threw 3 innings, 2-hit ball. Allowed a run, it was earned. Walked 4, but struck out 2. Falmouth has just not been able to capitalize on runners in scoring position. They have stranded 7 men on the base paths to this point. Perfect time to remind you that the Better Business Bureau is a proud supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League. For trust that's built locally, you can turn to the Better Business Bureau. BBB helps you find businesses that you can rely on and avoid scams. Before you make your next play off the field, visit bbb.com. Now enjoy the rest of this game. Falmouth trails 3-1. Bourne looking for its 8th home victory at Doran Park on the year. And it's Dallin Harrison who will take the mound once more. Harrison got put into the game at the start of this 4th inning. Jack Durso had a great bottom of the 5th for Falmouth. That's what's been going on the mound for both of these squads. 2-run game. Fabio Peralta looks to start us off in the top of the 6th. Lefty-righty matchup. Harrison, the Rutgers man, comes home, and it's a wave and a miss. 0-1. Drew Turpins, the shortstop, on deck. 0-1. Peralta cracks it right back up the middle. Forehanded by the shortstop, Schaff, and he throws off of a spin to first, and it's in time. A fancy play from Blake Schaff retires the speedy Peralta at first base, and there's 1 gone in the 6th. Peralta hit it hard on the ground, a worm burner that looked like it was going to get up the middle, but Schaff got a great jump on it, turned and tossed to first to record the out. Record at 6-3, and it brings up Drew Turpins 0-for-1 on a ground out and a sac bunt. First pitch on the way from Harrison. Take it inside for ball 1. It's a crucial stretch of games after the All-Star break. Really from now until the end of the season, most of your East Division matchups for Falmouth have come and gone, as the 1-0 is Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. So Turpin's is back even, 1-1. But after this set of games, after the All-Star break, as the 1-1 is in the dirt and went almost up to the second level of the press box as it kicked up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. But Falmouth, after Friday and then into the All-Star break, Falmouth will have played 14 of its 20 interdivisional games. There's a fly ball into right center field. The center fielder, Rustin Rigdon, puts it away for the second out. Drew Turpin's down quietly. And there's 2 gone in the 6th.
The catcher, number 20, Dallas Brooks.
Peralta grounded out to the shortstop. Turpin's on the fly out to center field. Brings up Dallas Brooks, who hit a automatic double on a one-hopper over the fence his last time up. That was in inning number 4. Both teams even in hits with 4. In the first pitch on the way from Harrison, a strike at the knees on a fastball.
And he's really been the bright spot of the Commodores today. I mean, that double was crushed. It was really right up against the wall.
Thought it had a chance to get out. Just a little short 0-1. He puts this one a high bouncer to the first base side. Overbeek takes it himself. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Bourne Braves defense as Peralta, Turpins, and Brooks go down quietly. We enter the bottom of the 6th. 7, 8, 9 up for the Braves when we come back.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Welcome back to Doran Park, bottom of the 6th inning, a 3-1 lead for the Bourne Braves. Farrell Hudson down here on the sidelines, and we spoke about Aiden Keenan getting drafted by the Mets in the 7th round for the Commodores. Let's talk about a former Commodore and a Bourne Brave from the 2026 season, and that's in Mark Quattrani, who had really quite the phenomenal rise. Began in the Ivy League in 2024, played under Tom Ford and Dan Pepicelli with 11 homers and 43 RBIs in just 30 games of his freshman season, and he rises all the way up. A great year at Notre Dame, 80 hits, 15 homers, 66 RBIs. Started with the Commodores last year and got drafted in the 18th round, 545th overall by the San Diego Padres, one of many former Bourne Braves to go in this year's 2026 MLB draft. Andrew?
Well, thank you, Farrell. It's always fun to see, Timmy, the amount of guys each year that, you know, you and I recognize, hey, this guy played in this league. We got to call this guy's games. Maybe in a couple of years we might see him at the highest level. That's the part of the fun of this league. We get started in the top, or rather the bottom of the 6th with a foul ball out of play. As Durso remains in the game for Falmouth, he's recorded 4 outs, facing 4 hitters.
It's such a cool thing to know that you're seeing some of the best major league talent right now at the start of their careers before they really get big time.
Durso's 0-1 misses upstairs. You look at some of the guys that have come through this league years ago, but it is legitimately the best of the best. Aaron Judge, Paul Skeens, all of these guys that just come and go. And the part that I always find entertaining is Durso's slider misses outside, 2 balls, 1 strike, is that all the host families that get to house these guys and take them in for a summer. I remember watching a video when Ian Happ played for the Harwich Mariners, currently the Cubs left fielder. 2-1s upstairs, check swing, appeal down to first. Glenn Stewart says Austin Hawk did go around. It's 2-2. But Ian Happ would help on his host family's farm in Harwich. When he played on the Mariners, he was a first-round pick back in 2015 by the Cubs. There's stories like that that make the Cape League really fun to follow. 2-2 misses down and away. Count runs full.
And you never know, someday you and me and other Falmouth interns could be able to tell a story like that with some of these guys out there. Same thing for any team on Cape Cod.
The level of talent always so high. 3-2 popped up, again back our way, and again out of play. And a kid makes a tumble for it. Thankfully doesn't fall down to the lower level of the seating arrangement back there. And he's got a new souvenir. Count stays 3-2, nobody gone in the bottom of the 6th. Durso ready with a deep breath, his plant foot on the third base side of the rubber. Kicks and fires the 3-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 straight Ks for Jack Durso, who looks really confident on this Tuesday night. Wednesday night. Days are difficult.
All we know is off days and baseball days.
That's correct.
Game days.
And we've got a lot of game days coming up. About 7 games in 7 days next week after the All-Star break.
Well, technically, the Commodores have played baseball 8 straight days and 10 straight days on Friday.
First pitch on the way to Matt Bolton, who's been hit by a pitch and a single as he hits this one right to Austin Maley on a line, who's got it for the second out. One pitch and the second out. Easy does it there. Maley's seen plenty of action over at second today. But Falmouth pitching is dealing in the strikeout department, already 7 today.
And that's something that the Falmouth pitching hasn't done a great job of this season. They were the fewest on the Cape in pitching strikeouts this season, but certainly bringing it today.
Now Elliot Medlock, who homered in the second inning on a shot to straightaway center field, got easily out of the ballpark. He takes downstairs on a fastball from Durso. Gets ahead 1-0. Medlock, that 2-run shot and then singled in the 4th, was put out on a fielder's choice in the 4th frame. So up for his 3rd time today, he's 2 for 2. Lefty-righty matchup, Durso comes home. It's a pop-up in the infield. Maley trying to find it. He has his eyes on it, and he makes the catch with both hands to retire the side. 7 up, 7 down for Jack Durso, who is humming right along. We're through 6, top of the 7th, on the way on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Left-hander into the game for the Bourne Braves as we enter the top of the 7th. It looks to be, based on our best guess, it looks like it's Gavin Miller out of George Washington University. 6'1", 185-pound left-handed pitcher for the Braves, who's appeared in one game, 2/3 of an inning. He allowed a run on just 10 pitches and walked a batter. So that is what he's got today. You look up Gavin Miller, and I think what you find first is an Australian rugby league footballer. I don't really know.
That's interesting, yes.
He played in the 70s and 80s. That is surely not the Gavin Miller that we're dealing with here.
New South Wales state of origin representative forward.
Okay,
so,
I don't know anything about rugby league.
Yeah, I'm not a rugby expert, so I can't give you that much.
You know what's really fun to watch, Timmy? Aussie rules football.
I've heard about this.
It's a blast. The games are like 120 to 80. I mean, you can have some high score. It's a lot of fun.
My college roommate's dad actually used to be a player in that exact sport, and he tells me all about it. And I was like, that seems absolutely insane.
Sweet. Gavin Miller actually hails from Syracuse, New York, a place that you know very well, Mr. Weiss. This past year at George Washington in the A-10, 4.24 ERA. His first pitch is laid down by a bunt. He's having some trouble with it, and Reebok is retired at first on a good throw that time from Gavin Miller.
Almost looked like he was trying to pick up a rugby ball there.
Sure. There is no relation between the Gavin Miller that we're here and the 70s and 80s Gavin Miller rugby player. But anyway, yeah, just 2/3 of an inning coming into this game for Miller. But a 4.24 ERA at George Washington, 40 innings pitched in 19 appearances. So a good workload this spring at school for Gavin Miller. He's got his first batter that he faces retired. And is back to the top of the order for Falmouth, as taking high is Austin Maley for ball one. We are into the top of the 7th. Third pitcher of the day for Bourne. 1-0 is fouled back to the netting. Remind you that the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism is proud to support the CCBL. Massachusetts is made for wave chasers, sunbathers, ice cream eaters, no-hitters, and memory makers. Go to visitma.com to plan your next adventure. Both teams with 4 hits in this ball game. Austin Maley with one of those. He led off this game with a single. Off-speed pitch misses way out and way up from Gavin Miller. Final line on the day for Dolan Harrison, 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs for him, no walks, and 2 Ks. So Falmouth has only struck out 4 times at the plate today and has drawn 4 walks. 2 balls, 1 strike. The lefty Miller to the righty Maley takes upstairs, 3-1.
And that's a great sign, and it shows you exactly how the Falmouth Commodores have put up good at-bats, which they have. The only time that they haven't is with runners in scoring position, and that needs to change, obviously, if they want to come back in this.
Falmouth 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Miller's 3-1, up above the shoulders for ball 4. So with 1 out in the top of the 7th, it is Braden Jeffries to the plate, who has a single and a double today. Doubled with a ball to the opposite field his last time up to the plate.
Third baseman, number 6, Braden Jeffries.
One big swing, though, gets Falmouth right back into this game. It is not insurmountable whatsoever.
And you've already seen a really big swing from him today. He had the leadoff double in the 5th. That was a great piece of hitting. Could use that again.
It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Miller's pitch down in the dirt for a ball. Two straight 1-2-3 innings from Jack Durso and the Commodores defense, as Bourne sputtering for offense in the last couple of innings, as the 1-0 misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to Braden Jeffries, the Commodore third baseman. Jeffries, a guy that if you had 9 Braden Jeffries in your lineup, I think you might win some games. It's a 2-0. Swings at it and fouls it back up above the netting. Doesn't offer you the most in the power department. 5 homers this past year at Michigan, but his ability to work himself on base, hit to all fields, and the defensive ability is really stellar.
Well, he already has 2 hits today, and that means that he has 2 hits in 6 of his 12 games this season.
Hitting .314 coming into today. 2 ball, 1 strike count, but first a check on Maley at first base, who scurries back into the bag. That average now up to .340 on the summer with his 2 hits today, an OPS of .830. 2-1 pitch, off the hands, fouled back. It's 2-2. Gavin Miller may be looking to be a setup man for whatever closer Bourne may need to bring in the top of the 9th. Ben Dean might be that option, but he threw last night, got the save for the Bourne Braves. He's going to be a Cape League All-Star. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Miller's offering. Hit in the air, slicing into left field. Matt Bolton racing after it, and he's got it. Fighting the lights for the second out. And Maley retreats to first base. There's 2 gone with Carter White to the plate.
Would it now be the perfect time for the Doors to end its home run skid? Carter White, a guy who possesses a lot of power.
From the left side, see if he can unlock that power. First pitch is an off-speed pitch, popped up, spinning in the infield on the right-hand side. The first baseman, Overbeek, steps on back and makes the catch to record the 3rd out. Falmouth Commodores, they have 1 hit in this top of the 7th. No runs, 1 left on base, no errors committed by Bourne. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 1-2-3 with Rigdon, Andrew Costello, and Blake Schaff to the plate for the Braves.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, I'm Coleman Mizell, outfielder from Alabama, and you're watching Commodores baseball on Cape TV.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to support tonight's game with a reminder that if you need urgent care this summer, the team at Cape Cod Healthcare is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care at 6 locations from Plymouth to Orleans. Staffed by board-certified ER providers, Cape Cod Healthcare urgent care centers are open daily and offer timely treatment for everything from sprains to stitches. Check walk-in wait times or schedule an appointment at www.capecodhealth.org/urgent care. We're into the bottom of the 7th. We've done our stretching, and now Rustin Rigdon takes to the plate for the 4th time today. Has a walk, reached on a fielder's choice, and a ground out today. First pitch from Jack Durso at the letters, but called a ball. Maybe just a hair high. Durso has thrown 2 1/3 innings and has looked extremely confident throughout. Checks over his left shoulder, now looks in home. Here's his 1-0. Scoring to bunt is the center fielder Rigdon. He pulls it back, misses outside.
And really, this might be the most comfortable I've seen him look. He's totally in control of every at-bat. He's thrown a lot of strikes.
30 pitches, 19 for strikes so far. 2 1s at the knees, called strike 1. So just about 2/3 of his pitches have been there for strikes. Left-hander Durso ready once more. His right knee kicks high into the air. Fires a fastball on the outside edge. Called a strike. Rigdon didn't love the call, but the count moves to 2-2. Durso ready. Infield playing at standard depth. Doran Park illuminated by the floodlights at this point in the evening. A 2-2, a dribbler to the left side, fielded on the run. The shortstop, Turpins, makes the play. Drew Turpins comes up with a big one there. Nice footwork and a great sidearm throw over to Putty at first to get the out.
The catcher, number 34.
That was good stuff from Drew Turpins. On the run with that throw, and it was on the money.
That grass in the infield took a lot off that ball, Timmy, and I was wondering if Turpins was going to be able to get there, but he made it look easy. The speedy Rigdon unable to get to the bag first. Andrew Costello has driven in a run on a single. That was his last time up. First pitch to him in the opposite batter's box, ball 1. Call it 1 for 2 on his day. Run batted in. Has reached base twice. Was hit by a pitch his first time up. Costello, a rising sophomore, a true sophomore. He's been in his first season on the Cape, and it's been a really good one. Off-speed pitch downstairs from Durso, 2-0.
But how about Drew Turpin's stepping in as a shortstop? It's not an easy thing to just come over to the Cape and go out and look great, and he's really done that so far in his 2 games.
Wake Forest Demon Deacon Costello at the plate. He swings and drives one to deep left center field, turning and watching it. Above his head is Peralta, and that ball is gone. Andrew Costello sends his 3rd home run of the year out to deep left center field. It is 4-1 Bourne, a solo shot for the Braves catcher here in the bottom of the 7th. A team that had not hit a home run since the month of July began now has 2 in this ball game.
The shortstop, number 7, Blake Schaff.
Just crazy to see. I mean, you went into the game and thought that neither team had the home run power, and both of these balls have been crushed by Bourne. Center field. They're no gimme home runs that just got over the fence in left field or right field. These balls are bombs.
Blake Schaff will look to follow that swing. Costello 2 for 3 now on his day. Pair of runs batted in. That was a big-time swing, and it is 4-1 Bourne with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Durso will look to reset. Corner infield is playing in, and the first pitch slider, a strike to Blake Schaff. Schaff spent part of the last 2 summers with the Sanford Mainers of the New England League. Last summer played in 16 games for the Meese. 18 hits in 57 at-bats. Hit .316. I say the Meese, they're the Mainers, but I had a running joke with their broadcaster Jackson Walsh last year. Every time I would see him, I'm like, hey, how are the Meese doing? And we both called him the Meese, even though you know that the plural for moose is, well, moose. Fly ball on the right-hand side. It will veer out of play into the stands. And the kids race after it. It's 1 ball, 2 strike. Count to Schaff.
I mean, the good thing is that's just a solo shot for Andrew Costello.
Exactly.
There's no one on base. It's 1 run, and you're only down 3. It's not a super large margin. There's certainly time to get some runs on the board.
Falmouth has not scored since the 3rd inning when Braden Jeffries came home on a wild pitch. A ball and 2 strikes here from Durso to Schaff. Durso comes home. Off-speed pitch, dribbled on the ground. It is fair on the right-hand side, and now rounding first, heading for second is Blake Schaff. The ball's in the corner, and he will stop at second as it comes in. Just danced over the first base bag for a double, and I think Dallas Brooks is asking. Dallas Brooks thought that that ball might have been foul.
Well, he's certainly pleading his case right now, but it seems like it's not going to matter.
And now Dallas Brooks will join Jack Dahm and the rest of the Falmouth infield in a mound meeting, and that's going to mark the end of the day for Jack Durso. 2 1/3 of really solid baseball, and then a solo shot allowed by Andrew Costello, and Durso's day is done. So a new Falmouth arm will come into the game on the other side of this break. We'll figure out who it is when we come back. 4-1 Bourne in the bottom of the 7th. So it's Logan Pecor into the game for Falmouth. Seems like, Timmy, that every time he comes out, it's against Bourne. He threw the last time these two teams met at Doran Park in Game 6 of the season. Had a good outing there, and then last Saturday against these same Bourne Braves through 2 innings of 3 hit, no run, 3 strikeout baseball as the guy who got the save his 3rd of the year.
Yeah, guy that looked really solid in that outing. I mean, the whole Commodores pitching staff on Saturday looked very good against this Bourne Braves team. And that included Kenyon Collins, who went 6 innings of 3 hit ball, no runs, who started the game today for the Commodores.
The Falmouth pitching has caught fire over the last week or 10, 15 days, especially over the last 7 days. Logan Pecor will look to escape the 7th inning. A runner on second. It's Blake Schaff after his double forced Jack Durso out of the game, and Pecor turns, pirouettes, and throws to second as his first action in this game. He's going to face Luke Costello, who is 0 for 2, drew a walk in the first, but a stellar season thus far. Both Costello brothers have been incredible for Bourne. 288 batting average coming into this one. No homers, but 16 runs batted in. Pecor ready. He comes home out of the stretch. It runs inside and catches a piece of Costello. He'll take his base.
Well, this a bit different of a situation for Pecor as the Commodores are down 4-1. But if you remember that first game of the season at Doran Park, Pecor in the 10th inning was pitching, and obviously there's a guy that starts on second base, no outs. He got out of that without allowing a run. So he's certainly been in tough situations at Doran Park and gotten out of it just fine.
So 2 on with 1 gone. Pecor delivers to Berkeley Mabius, and it's fouled off to the left side, out of play. Where is it going to land? Nobody knows, and it drills somebody in the stands. Nobody can see it up there.
I think it just missed the person in the chair. It was right next to maybe a paper they had or something.
Hit something. It deflected. Did not hit somebody head on. Everybody's good. 2 on 1 gone. 0-1 count to Berkeley Mabius, who's 3 for 20 this season with the Braves. Pecor ready, out of the stretch. The 6'4" right-hander goes with the changeup and misses down and out for ball 1. Bourne has 2 home runs, 1 off the bat of Elliot Medlock. Most recent one off of Andrew Costello's bat. That was in this 7th inning. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 4-1 lead for the Braves. Pecor's pitch, just outside. Great night for baseball is what it's turned into. Air quality maybe not the best, but still nice enough for folks to be out watching some baseball at Doran Park. Good atmosphere here. Pecor looking in for the sign from Brooks, and he's going to step off as the pitch clock was approaching its expiration. Pecor ready, wave and a miss on the 2-1. It moves to 2-2.
A strikeout would be so big here for Pecor.
Something to boost the morale of the Falmouth infield. Needs something to cheer about here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Looking for that K. Runners dancing around. Here's the 2-2. Misses downstairs, and the count is full. Falmouth pitchers have done a fine job of limiting free passes today. Just 6. 3 walks, 3 hit by pitches. Like to see that number drop if you're Paul Evans. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Josiah Overbeek, who is 0 for 3 with a trio of strikeouts.
Well, it's a really tough situation to come into the game. We have a runner on second, but you have to come in still attacking, even though there's a guy on second. You just can't start the day with a hit by pitch and then a walk. Now bases loaded.
And the first pitch that Pecor threw hit Luke Costello, who was now at second base. Blake Schaff at third, Berkeley Mabius at first. Josiah Overbeek 4 for 20 on his season. And the first pitch to the left-handed hitting first baseman is up and away. Pecor was able to work Falmouth out of a jam in the bottom of the 10th the last time these two teams met at Doran Park. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Falmouth trails by 3. Need to get out of this one if they can. Pecor's 1-1 hit high into the night sky. Should stand to the ballpark in shallow right field. Pearson Reebok makes the catch for the first out and holds the runner at third base. For the second out, I should say. Overbeek is down. He moves to 0 for 4 on the day, and it's Austin Hawk to the plate.
That ball ended up being in just shallow enough right field where the runner on third in Schaff just couldn't risk it. And Reebok has thrown a runner out at home plate before. We've seen that.
So Pecor will stand in to face the right-handed Austin Hawk. He's playing third base for Bourne today. Made his debut yesterday. He's 0 for 1 on the season and an 0 for 4 on the year. First pitch fouled out of play back our way. And it lands on the roof of the building just behind here. Matt Bolton and Elliot Medlock loom on deck for the Braves. Bolton has scored twice and singled. But Austin Hawk probably going to get a couple of good pitches here from Logan Pecor. Pecor comes set with his black glove at the letters. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and the base is juiced. Called strike 2 at the knees on a sinker. Huge pitch. Maybe the biggest of the game. If Falmouth wants to give itself a good chance with 4, 5, and 6 in their order due up in the 8th. They'll have 6 outs to work with when we get there. But first, this 0-2 from Pecor, who comes home. Swung on and driven out to deep left center field. It's going to hang in the air. Peralta giving chase, and it hops over the wall. An automatic double brings in 2 more runs. Make it 6-1 Braves.
Well, that's a really tough break for the Commodores, but if you view it positively, there would have been 3 runs that scored if that ball did not jump over the fence, and instead it's just 2. But now a 6-1 game is looking pretty bleak right now for the Doors, with an offense that's been struggling to get hits with runners in scoring position.
Commodore hitters 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They've stranded 8 men on today. The Braves now with a 3-run bottom of the 7th. It's 6-1 Bourne. Bourne looking to strengthen its grip on the top of the Western Division. Pecor's first pitch to Matt Bolton is the ball outside. Both Blake Schaff and Luke Costello came home to score. That puts Berkeley Mabius at third base. And of course, Austin Hawk with his first 2 RBIs as a Brave. He's aboard at second. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch on the way to Bolton. Wave and a miss. Had him out front on the changeup that time. A ball and a strike. Hyannis Harbor Hawks took down the Chatham Anglers, so they moved to 12 and 14. Firmly with a grip on second place. 1-1 is a strike from Pecor. Cotuit lost to Brewster. We'll get you the full Cape League scoring update coming into the top of the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pecor trying to strand a couple on the base pass in what has already been a huge inning for Bourne. They lead by 5 at 6-1. Pecor out of the stretch, center of the rubber, he comes home. And it misses down and away, goes with the changeup. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch on the way from Logan. Pecor misses below the zone for ball 3. Bolton started his hips, but kept the hands where they were.
And Bolton's a big strikeout guy, the most strikeouts on Bourne, so you got to attack him. Maybe something out of the zone, but you got to be careful.
Will he chase? That's the question. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a base open at first. Pecor comes home. It is hammered into right field. Reebok racing after it. It drops, and it's going to bang off the wall. 2 runs score, and a double, maybe even more for Matt Bolton, who's heading for third base. The throw is cut off, and not in time. A 2 RBI triple has the Bourne Braves up 8-1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, it just went from bad to worse, and now the game really feels completely out of reach at an 8-1 game. And it's just a killer because this game was really close all the way through, and the Commodores easily could have led at points, being down 3-1 for a while, but down 2-1 as well.
The efficiency for Bourne today, 8 runs on 8 hits. That's Bolton's 4th triple of the season, leads the Cape in that metric. Up and in on the pitch to Elliott Medlock. Pecor misses upstairs.
Amazingly, Blake Schaff also has 3, but no other player on the Cape has 2 or more.
I remember Matt Bolton hit a lot of triples with Newport last year as well. In the New England League, that league has not changed. 1-0, a ground ball to the left side, foul. No move from Jeffries to go get it. A ball to strike.
I mean, no one on the Cape last summer hit more than 2.
Bolton actually just had 1 triple last year for Newport. My memory does not serve me properly there. He had 4 this spring at Binghamton. And now has 4 this year with the Bourne Braves.
30 less games.
1-1 count. Pecor takes a breath and fires. Wave and a miss. 1-2. Looked like a cutter that time. Ready matchup. It's Elliott Medlock, who has already homered once. The 1-2, waved at and missed for strike 3. But the damage is well and truly done. A 5-run frame for the Bourne Braves has them out 8-1 as we're through 7. Top of the 8th coming your way. Commodores are going to have A.J. Putty, Ben Slinker, and Fabio Peralta to the plate when we come back.
To dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Top of the 8th inning means it's time for us to take a look at the scores across the Cape, presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism.
As we take a look, here is at Bourne, it is 8-1 over Falmouth, but across the rest of the Cape, Harwich up 5-2 over Orleans in the top of the 7th. The final at Brewster, 6-0 over Catuit. The Whitecaps really on a roll right now.
Ended in 7 innings, too, there.
Wareham has taken down Yarmouth Dennis 1-0. The worst team on the Cape all summer beats YD, and Hyannis up 6-2 over Chatham. That one actually just final now.
Now that Wareham-Yarmouth Dennis game, Wareham's starting to really grow some teeth here in July. They had an abysmal start to the year. After the first half of the season, they were 5-15 and have been tremendous since, as A.J. Putty is in a 1-1 count now. It is still Gavin Miller on the mound for Bourne. But that Wareham and Yarmouth Dennis contest ended in 2 hours and 27 minutes. Usually what happens when you get a 1-0 contest. Wave and a miss from Putty. He's down a ball and 2 strikes. But over at Brewster, Brewster scored 4 of its 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th, and the game was called after the bottom of the 7th. I have to imagine because of the viewing conditions and the lack of sunlight allowed by this smoke and smog that's been in the air. Off the end of the bat, a roller to the left side. Third baseman Hawks got it. He throws to first and beats A.J. Putty to the bag. 1 gone in the 8th.
You know, that's a really good question because this could matter over the next week or so. I don't know how long this smoke is going to last.
A couple of days.
Right, hopefully just a couple of days, but especially these games at Yarmouth Dennis and at Brewster and at Catuit, I mean, I don't know how you can play
I wonder
after 6:30, maybe 7.
Yeah, I wonder if they think about, I wonder if the Cape has some discussions with those fields that don't have lights about maybe moving the start times of those games up. No idea. The first pitch to Riley Jackson now, who has entered the game in place of Ben Slanker as a pinch hitter, is outside.
Because even we were having some trouble here.
Seriously, yeah.
And, I mean, there was lights. It was not quite dark yet, but it was hard to see the ball.
1 ball, no strikes. Jackson takes up and away. But now, to be fair, that game did seem like it was taking a while over there in Brewster. That 7th inning must have been a slog because it ended after 2 hours and 38 minutes. But 2 hours and 38 minutes to get through 7 innings is not an abnormal pace.
Not at all.
And the Kettleers did not score a run at all in that game. In fact, they only managed 3 hits.
There's only 7 hits in the game?
Exactly. As a 2 offering misses upstairs to Jackson. It's 3 balls and no strikes. No game has really been super close except for that Wareham-Yarmouth Dennis game on the Cape today. 3-0 swinging. It's backhanded on the shortstop side by Schaff. A long looping throw to first base is in time for the second out.
That was a really nice play by Schaff.
Schaff has been so smooth over there at short today.
And even a great stretch by Overbeek as well. But going back to that Wareham result over YD, that now makes things a little more interesting in the West Division because if Falmouth loses today, this result holds, they'll be just 4 points ahead of Wareham all of the sudden.
That and, yeah, and only 2 points ahead of Catuit. So this West Division, at this point, only separated, before this game has gone final, only separated by 9 points. And then you look at the East, which, well, in the first half, it was all Yarmouth Dennis, as Fabio Peralta fouls the first pitch back. The 0-1 on the way. There's a breaking ball downstairs with 2 outs in this top of the 8th. Your score here, 8-1 Bourne after a 5-run 7th inning has them in full control of this ball game. But you look at the East Division. Yarmouth Dennis, the first team to 20 wins. They're only 5 points ahead of Brewster. As Peralta takes downstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's really
absurd
amazing
to say after the start that Yarmouth Dennis had.
And they're still ridiculously good with their record.
They have a plus 80 run differential, which is by far. This is double the next highest run differential. Here's the 2-1 on the way. Cranked into center field. And will it drop? No, it will not. The center fielder, Rustin Rigdon, makes the play to end the inning. A 1-2-3 frame for the Bourne pitching staff, who is showing exactly why they're one of the best in the Cape. We're done with 7.5, bottom of the 8th coming up your way. Rigdon, Costello, and Schaff up for the Braves on the other side of the break.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
So exactly how the 7th inning started, with the top of the order up to the plate for Falmouth, or for Bourne, excuse me. It's going to start the same way in the 8th, but this time they're going to face Alex Stern.
And Alex Stern, a guy that goes to community college. It's a pretty cool thing, just like Austin Maley for the Commodores, and we haven't seen him in a long time now. I think his last appearance was back at Harwich.
Sounds right.
Which was July 1st. June 30th.
Yeah, I think so.
Before July. And we saw his brother for a lot of this season, and Nate Stern, who had a great summer with the Doors before he left the roster recently, was the strikeout leader for a while. But Alex Stern, who is on the mound now, was very solid in his first appearance with Harwich. Didn't allow many hits, did have a couple of walk problems.
A look to eat up this 8th inning here. Falmouth is going to be down to its last 3 outs with the bottom 3 hitters in its batting order when we get to the top of the 9th. Those are Drew Turpins, Dallas Brooks, and Pearson Reebok. But Alex Stern into the game. We'll see what he's got today. And he is going to step up and face Rustin Rigdon, who made a great play in the gap to track down a ball. Rather, this is not Rustin Rigdon. It looks like there's a pinch hitter coming in for Bourne. And it looks to be Tate Banish out of Tufts University.
That's a cool thing. D3 school in Medford, Massachusetts.
You would know better than me.
Just north of Boston.
Talk to me about Midwest D3 schools. Then we've got a real conversation on our hands. First pitch from Alex Stern in the dirt. Tate Banish on the year has only appeared in 3 games. That's only his second at bat of the summer. Righty Alex Stern comes home, wave and a miss on a high fastball. It's 1-1. I heard something about Wareham's, or was it Katuit's bullpen catcher getting into the game yesterday?
Bizarre
Was
situation. Yes, Katuit, and they were playing against Bourne.
Here's a shallow fly ball, left center field. Racing back is the shortstop. And making the catch on the run, Drew Turpins makes another nice play in shallow left center for the first out of the 8th.
Yeah, going back to that.
Anyway, back to that.
Bullpen
I'm going to pull
catcher.
up that game.
Basically, Katuit's catchers were all injured. And their bullpen catcher had played a little bit of baseball, D3 ball, I believe, and then ended up playing the game for Katuit. I was told he did a solid job back there.
Let's see if we can pull up the guy who might have come in. Tyler Bellin. Doesn't even have a college listed on his Cape League player profile. First pitch to Andrew Costello, misses downstairs. It's ball 1. See if he has a baseball reference page that we can get to. As Stern fires the 1-0, a good curveball there for strike 1.
Originally from Newton, Massachusetts.
Is that anywhere close to where you're at?
It is actually. It's the town next to me.
Oh, all right.
And went to Wheaton College, which is where one of our videographers, Alex Bond, goes to college.
That's right. 1-1, a curveball, same spot, same result, strike 2. But Bellin was 0 for 4, and he's actually played in 2 games. If this is the guy that we're supposed to be talking about here, it has to be.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
D3 school in Wheaton.
Yeah. Off-speed pitch, curveball misses down and before the plate. It's 2-2. But in his 2 games that he's played with the Kettleers this summer, 0 for 4. He's scored twice, he's walked 3 times, and has only struck out twice. And against the Braves yesterday, 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout.
Well, I'm telling you, that's a pretty cool thing.
That's really
to be at a very, very small D3 school in Wheaton and then play on the Cape.
Stearns 2-2 is another curveball fouled off to the left-hand side into the Braves dugout.
He's really a mass guy through and through. Played with the Worcester Bravehearts.
Sure.
Back in 2024.
Now, is that the, I'm trying to remember, is that the, gosh, what league is that? I know that. It's not the MLB Draft League.
No. You're close.
It's Stearns 2-2, put in the air. Foul territory, left side, right on the third base line. Braden Jeffries makes the catch for out number 2. Oh, I know this.
You want me to tell you?
No, I don't. I don't at all, actually. It's not the Prospect League. The Prospect League is more Midwestern. Is it the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League by chance? No.
No. There's one other one.
It's the Futures League.
Yes.
Yes.
Future League.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
The shortstop, number 7, Blake Schaff.
They all blend together a little bit.
Yeah. I've always found it fun to toy with the idea of, in my head, of like they have in soccer leagues in Europe, a promotion and relegation system for summer ball teams.
That would be crazy.
Just to be, just for hilarity's sake, right?
Right.
As Stern misses up and away.
Now, they could never do that.
No, it would never make any sense. But the only place where it would make
England.
sense, get this, though, right? Because the Keene Swampettes and Martha's Vineyard Sharks were the 2 teams that made it furthest in the NECBL last year. The Martha's Vineyard Sharks very well could be promoted to the Cape League. They're right next to the Cape. Here's the 1-0 is a ball misses low at the knees.
But that's just one team.
Now, it is just one team. Now,
maybe if they added a 12th team, they could move to the Cape with another team.
Now, if you were to say, what would your 2 expansion franchises for a Cape League?
Expansion franchise, yeah.
Like, where would you put those?
I'm obviously not the commissioner or anything, but I think I would look at Osterville or Sandwich.
Okay. I have a fun one for you as the 2-0 misses upstairs. How about a team in Provincetown? Now, it'd be a nightmare to get to.
Yeah. I'm sure it would.
But a place with a lot of history?
It's very far away, though.
Oh, it would be terrible. Imagine Wareham trying to drive to Provincetown.
The very tip of Cape Cod.
4-pitch walk to Blake Schaff, who's aboard at first base now.
Have you visited there?
I have not been to Provincetown. I want to go, but we've lost an off day or 2. Take a trip up 6. I've been to Martha's Vineyard once. I have not been to Nantucket. Plenty of vacation destinations around here. So, yeah, I would say the Sandwich area, maybe Mashpee needs a team. It's kind of right in between Cotuit and Falmouth.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Stern misses upstairs.
Now, maybe Provincetown. It would be far.
It would be really far. Let's look up the drive from Spillane Field, the home of the Wareham Gatemen, to Provincetown. We'll go to the Google Maps machine as the 1-0 misses downstairs. But Spillane Field, you put the directions in, and you choose your destination. You type in Provincetown, Massachusetts. And you're looking at a 73-mile drive.
Oh, hour and a half. No
hour
traffic.
and a half without traffic.
With traffic, it's probably about
4, maybe?
I don't know about that. That would be insane. I mean, maybe on a July 4th weekend.
Don't remind me.
That.
Don't remind me. Please don't remind me.
Fenway Day on July 2nd.
Yep. 2-0 Stern misses way upstairs. I think Stern seems to be struggling with the same traction issue that Kenyon Collins was trying to deal with in the opening innings of this game.
I mean, just look. It's
just
you can
all
see
the way
Chatham
up.
on the
Right.
very bottom part of the bicep of Cape Cod.
Right. The closest field would be Eldridge Park with Orleans, another check over to first. But even from Eldridge Park, it's 27 miles up Highway 6.
Right. Now, I don't think there's as much traffic in this area because there's not as many
just less
people going there.
Right.
But still.
All right, so if Provincetown...
But the trip's worth it.
Yeah. But Provincetown, say, if they're out of the question, if you need something that is right on the Cape, I mean, you're kind of out of options.
I think Sandwich.
I think Sandwich is probably your best bet there. But, you know, it's maybe one because Bourne has a team right by the bridge. Sandwich is right near the Sagamore Bridge. So, yeah, that's probably your best bet.
I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah. Another check to first base. It's a 3-1 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now, our producer, Skylar Ellis, is telling us that Sandwich might have used to have.
Well, I know Osterville had one.
Yep. And I think that the second violation there by Alex Stern on making eye contact before starting his motion was called, so that's an automatic ball to to Luke Costello. There's 2 on with 2 out.
The DH, number 8, Berkeley.
Brings up Berkeley Mabius. Sandwich Cape League team. Did they used to have one? Yeah, it was the Nichols Baseball Club of Sandwich was the first 9-man baseball team on Cape Cod.
How about that? 9-man baseball team?
Baseball, which is what they used to call it. Base, space, ball.
I
that's
was
how
like,
they,
is
that's
that
what
not
they used
baseball?
To well, yes, it was, but they
called
it baseball.
And that's not baseball.
Correct.
Baseball.
It is 2 words, not 1. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Stern fires in strike 1 at the top end of the zone.
I'm learning a lot right now.
See, we're reading an article on sandwichhistory.org titled The First Cape Cod Baseball Team. The history of the league officially dates back to 1923, but the origins of baseball in Cape Cod extends back to 1865. Stearns 1-1, misses down and in. The Nichols Baseball Club of Sandwich, baseball, remember.
In quotes.
Yes, baseball. Was the first 9-man baseball team on Cape Cod. The Sandwich Independent, I wonder if that newspaper is still around, reported, quote, a baseball game was played on School Street in November of 1865. Wow. As that one is hammered into center field, Peralta steps after it, hops and makes the catch to finally end the 8th inning. It is still 8-1 Bourne. Falmouth down to its last 3 runs when we come back in the top of the 9th.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Jackson Kershaw into the game for the Bourne Braves. The righty for Arkansas, the righty out of Arkansas, has been at nothing but stellar. Kershaw, no earned runs in his 7 appearances, 11 and 2/3 innings pitched. How about 14 strikeouts and just 3 walks?
I'm honestly a little bit surprised they'd bring him in a 7-run game. I mean, he's been so solid, and there is 2 more games until the All-Star break, so certainly I expect Bourne needs him as much as they can.
Well, maybe they're just trying to keep him warm. Jackson Kershaw was the pitcher of the week, and assuming he is going to throw at the All-Star game.
Right, possibly getting some rest.
Yep.
Before the All-Star game.
Yeah, 2 days off. But you don't want to go, as a pitcher, you don't want to go too many days off before your next start, because it throws you out of your rhythm. Pitcher's all about rhythm. They love their rhythm. So Gavin Miller's day is done for the Braves. Through 2 innings of hitless, scoreless baseball, walked 1, did not strike out anybody. So it'll be Jackson Kershaw's job to close the door softly. Doesn't need to slam it. It's more just, gently close it and get this one over with. But Kershaw has had you can't overstate, he's had a stellar season for the Braves.
Without a doubt. And now just has to close it down against the Doors.
So if it holds, the Commodores will remain in 3rd place in the West Division. And they'll drop 2 points back of Hyannis, who is in 2nd. They are 2 points back at the moment. And the first pitch on the way from Kershaw is a ground ball and dribbler off of the foot of Drew Turpin's Falmouth shortstop. Bourne is looking to improve to 8 wins at home as the slider misses outside, a ball and a strike. Falmouth tomorrow is going to go back home to the Gov and host Harwich before heading on the road on the last day before the All-Star break this weekend to play their division rivals Katuitt. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike offering. Off-speed pitch and a good one. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
And you kind of think that Falmouth has that Harwich game circled on their calendar because they've been embarrassed against Harwich twice this season. The first one at Gov Fuller Field, 13-0.
Kershaw out of his windup, the 1-2, a fastball at the knees, called strike 3. 1 gone, Falmouth down to his last 2 outs in this 9th frame. And it's Dallas Brooks to try and get something started. But a fastball right at the bottom of the zone has Turpin's down looking.
The second game against Harwich was at White House Field. They lost 12-3. Went down really big early in that one.
First pitch swung on and grounded. Diving play attempting to be made by Medlock, but he can't get it in the hole on the right side. So it's a single for Dallas Brooks, his second base hit of the day. The inning continues. And we'll bring up Pearson Reebok, who over the last couple of weeks I've noticed is every day we go on the road is in bigger and bigger need of some new baseball pants. He's been using this gray pair of pants that have a massive gash in the back of the left thigh for the last maybe 2 weeks or so. Waves and misses at a strong fastball. And it falls behind 0-1.
Well, it's probably from all the bases he's stealing.
Yeah, that would make sense. I think that would be the leg that he slides on. Out of the stretch, Kircher's 0-1 is another high fastball, swung on and missed by Reebok. This game started at 6:05 p.m. We're just nearing 9:05 p.m., so nearing the 3-hour mark. Down with 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. That ball gets off the tip of the glove from Costello. Brooks advances to second base on a pass ball.
I just feel like you can't stress how important tomorrow's game is for the Commodores, because things are getting tight in the West Division, and you would be on a 4-game winless streak.
And Harwich in control of the game against Orleans right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Kircher. He comes home upstairs with the fastball. That really has some life to it. I wish we had a radar gun out here because I feel like we're sitting mid-high 90s here with Kircher. Tomorrow's games, Harwich plays at Falmouth, Orleans at Yarmouth Dennis. Brewster plays Hyannis at McKeon Park. Katuitt goes over the bridge to face Wareham, and Bourne faces Chatham. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch with 1 out. Upstairs on the fastball, just throwing gas in there. But doesn't connect, count runs full.
That Katuitt-Wareham game is very big.
It's
because
very interesting.
That one is going to be for the fourth position
place,
in the West.
It's a really curious matchup. Kircher ready. Here's the 3-2 offering with 1 gone. Dallas Brooks at second. He kicks and fires. Off-speed pitch, misses upstairs. 2 on with 1 out.
The second baseman, number 24, Austin Maley.
So a quick mound meeting for the Braves. 1 gone after that walk, a single allowed to Dallas Brooks. Falmouth has a run on 5 hits, 8 runs on 8 hits for Bourne today. So a quick meeting between the Bourne battery and a member of their coaching staff as well.
And not like a ton of hits today, but still more than double yesterday's game that Falmouth played against Hyannis.
Commodores had 5 hits, Hyannis just 2, but they won that game 3-0. First pitch, a line drive down the left-hand side. Hit by Austin Maley, it's foul. Early on the fastball, Maley timed it up pretty well. No balls, 1 strike, 1 gone. 2 on for the Commodores. They trail by 7 in this top of the 9th. Off-speed pitch upstairs for Kircher. Comes home, misses downstairs. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count now. Kircher out of the stretch, working off the first base side of the pitching rubber. His 2-1 on the way to Maley. Waved at and missed. It's 2-2. Maley steps back in. He gets set. Right-hander Jackson Kircher, the reigning Cape League pitcher of the week, comes set. And his 2-2 on the way, kicks and delivers. Missed outside.
Well, this inning is almost a possible confidence boost for the Doors because you know you're out of the game, but you're facing such a good pitcher, and if you can get something going against him, that does give you confidence for the next 2 games.
Here's the 3-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Maley thought it was low, but he walks back to the dugout and Falmouth down to its last out.
The third baseman, number 6, Braden Jeffries.
Second strikeout of the inning for Kircher. And it brings up Braden Jeffries, who's, again, had a multi-hit day. Half of his games in a Commodore uniform have been multi-hit performances. A single in the 3rd, scored the lone run of the day for Falmouth, and a double in the 5th. 2 on, 2 gone. Pitch upstairs, gets through the mitt of Costello, And now 2 in scoring position for the Commodores, but still a 7-run deficit.
Yeah, 2 pitches that have just gone past the catcher this inning, but nevertheless, doesn't really matter for Kircher. He's just trying to feel himself out right now.
Kircher hails from Little Rock, Arkansas, went to Little Rock Christian High School. It's been his first year at the University of Oklahoma and transferred to Arkansas to play 2026 season with the Hogs. Here's the 1-0. Outside to Jeffries. 17 strikeouts in each of his first college seasons. He's got 14 out here. Now 16 to just 4 walks. Kircher ready. Here's the 2-0. Jeffries takes a hack at it, misses, comes up empty. And it's 2-1 with Carter White waiting on deck.
Kircher also played with Mike Anu, the Falmouth player last summer, with Cape League MVP.
Kircher with his red glove at his face from the windup. And Jeffries fouls it off. The Doors down to the last strike. There come the claps from the Bourne dugout and the fans. Kircher with a deep breath, raises his glove to his chin, and gets ready, winds, and delivers the 2-2. Outside for ball 3. Runner on second is Pearson Reebok. At third is Dallas Brooks for Falmouth. The Doors down to the last strike once more. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch from Kircher. Off-speed pitch called strike 3. And that does it. This game ends. Final score 8-1. Falmouth strands 2 more on base in the 9th inning, but the major difference, that 7th frame in which Bourne brought home 5. That is also Scott Lander's 100th regular season victory as the manager of the Bourne Braves. So a big milestone for the Bravos.
Yeah, certainly a cool thing for Scott Lander, so congratulations to him first of all. But going to the Doors, I mean, it was just an offensive performance that was very frustrating because you didn't hit with runners in scoring position. 0 for 10 in the game with runners in scoring position, and the at-bats started to fizzle out as the game kept going on. And the later innings, the Doors really didn't get any offense going until the 9th inning, and at that point it was far too late, down 8-1. And yeah, you could look at the 7th inning and point to the 5 runs on the scoreboard then, but to be honest, it really didn't come down to that. It came down to the offense not putting up the numbers that they need to.
Yeah, you go back to that stretch between the 5th and 9th inning. Braden Jeffries led off the 5th inning with a double, and Falmouth did not have another hit until the top of the 9th when Dallas Brooks singled with 1 out.
And that's just not going to get it done. You have
not
to
against
have
a pitching team like Bourne.
Right, and it's frustrating because there has been times this season where Falmouth bats have looked great. And you even go back to Sunday where Falmouth had 7 runs against Brewster, which is another really good pitching staff. And the Commodores put up good at-bats and were able to get hits in the big spots, which they just haven't done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now this week. And it is getting a little bit scary, as we mentioned, in that West Division now, as you've gone winless in your last 4, and you're 4 points ahead of Wareham, who's last place. You got to start winning some ball games. There's 2 more games until the All-Star break, and it's coming soon.
So this game goes final score 8-1 between the Braves and Falmouth. The Commodores drop their 2nd straight. They're winless in their last 3. And Bourne improves to 13-10-3 on the year, and they'll strengthen their hold on the top of the West Division. And our very own Farrell Hudson stands by with manager Jack Dahm. Farrell, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Coach, a bit of a tough one tonight, but I want to start with some positives. Kenyon Collins, in his last 16 innings, entering the 3rd tonight, 17 strikeouts, 17 left on base. What's made him so effective?
He's pitched very aggressively, and, he's pretty resilient out there. He might give up a hit or walk a guy, and he just keeps competing. That's the part I like about him is he's just a competitor out there. He's always on. He's got some energy on the mound. He works fast. Unfortunately, it's his last outing for us, but he did a great job. He got better this summer, which is what your goal is for all the players.
And for Jack Durso, a strong 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down. What did you see from him that made him so effective in his best outing of the season?
Well, you know what? I think he only had one bad outing, really, and it was the first one of the year where he probably should have had a 2-ball to get out of it. But, Jack attacks his zone, and he does a good job of working both in and out with his fastball. He's not afraid to throw his fastball, and then he's able to flip that breaking ball in there and throw that changeup. So he's a strike thrower that, he's going to make you beat him. He's not going to walk people, so he does a good job. Again, both those guys are aggressive. They attack the strike zone with all their pitches, and that's how you end up being successful.
Quick turnaround tomorrow night against the Harwich Mariners. What are you looking to see different?
We talked about this a couple weeks ago, how the game gets hard.